I think if they sent Puff anywhere, he would be fine, right?
That's exactly what I told Pete. I said he's going to pay 5 guys.
I don't even think he's got to pay. Let me tell you
think
why.
Celebrity?
No, I think that number one, you know, the dudes in there, they got cell phones, right?
Yeah.
So they have been following the case,
of course,
from the entire time. And I tell people, listen, federal prison inmates are savvy. Y'all look down on them because you think prison, everybody in prison is a piece of shit. But these are some of the most savvy, intelligent people in the world.
Mm-hmm.
They have been following this case. There were no minors.
Right.
Which is what everybody thought, right? No gay stuff came out on Puff, right? This was his girlfriend's.
Questionable stuff. Like there was weirdo stuff, but weird stuff. But yeah, no him having sex with other men.
Right.
No.
Cassie testified on the stand some things that may or may not be true because some of her testimony, initially when I heard Cassie testify, I thought Cassie was truthful, but a lot of what she said in her civil suit, you know what I'm saying? A lot of that shit was just flat out lies, and it came out during the trial. They know that these were his girlfriends, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cassie and Jane. Well, Jane was like a little side piece, right? He was knocking down. And correct me if I'm wrong, you know I'm pro-Puff. I don't look at what this Mann Act is as a sex crime like a Chomo sex crime.
No, I don't either. But the BOP may.
Right, but we're talking about the inmates.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Because you know and I know it's the inmates that lay the law down when you get to a spot. They be like, yo, you can't come on this compound, or yo, you're gonna be all right. And I think this here, Matt, and thanks for having me back on the show. Sorry I was late. I think this, right? These dudes, these inmates know that Puffy took the feds to trial.
Right.
And won.
Right.
Right? And a lot of them went to trial and lost.
Or were just too scared to go at all.
Or didn't go and took the plea. Right? He went to trial, he beat it, and from what I understand, they had a big celebration for him when he got back to MDC Brooklyn after he got acquitted of the RICO and the sex trafficking.
Right.
I don't think they're gonna mess with him, man.
I don't think, for many reasons, not just that. I mean, let's say that's correct. You're probably right with a good portion of the inmates, right? First of all, a lot of these guys have idolized him forever. Of course, they've also probably, because of the allegations, were probably also talking shit for the past year or 18 months. And so now they have to backpedal. They probably don't want to do that. But some of them will. Some
Talking shit in what way?
Like, oh, he's messing with kids. He's doing this. Right. He's doing that. But now, of course, it came out and they know it's not true. But some guys just won't back down. No, that just didn't come out because of this. Right, so you're going to have those idiots. Some of these guys are idiots.
I got what you're saying. They didn't bring it out. The feds just didn't present it because it's connected to, Obama or some weirdo
stuff on there. But you're right. Probably the bulk of them, you're right. And even if, let's say, even if you're 100% wrong and most of the inmates they despise him, the ones that would act on it, there's very few. Very few guys at a low are going to act on something like that, right? Like, hey, I'm going to take this dude out. Okay, for what reason? Like even if you're probably, if you're that mental, you aren't at the low long. You're a knucklehead. You got to the low. You fucked up and you're gone already. Like if you have mental problems where you're attacking people, you're not going to last long at the low. Because there's chomos everywhere. So those guys they're not going to last long enough to bother Puffy. On top of that, so let's say you're completely wrong. Nobody really wants him there. Most likely, nobody's going to act on it. Even if everybody didn't want him there, they're probably not going to act on it at a low. And even if some of them were going to act on it, I think as soon as he gets there, first thing he's going to do is go up to 5 of the biggest fucking guys and say, bro, I'm going to put $500 on your book right now. Give me your information. I'll get $500. And he puts $500 on 5 guys' books. They're going to follow him around like security.
Oh, they gonna let it be known. If he paid him, they gonna let it be known. Don't fuck with this nigga, man. Leave him alone. But I think if he went to a spot, where was that political? At the low I was at, it wasn't really that political. Yeah, you know, the different cars moved around, but it wasn't really superly enforced, right?
Right. You didn't have to do it. It's not like
I've never did time at a USP or a medium or medium high, from where I understand that it is really, really enforced.
Yeah.
I think if that was the case, once they find out that he's coming, the New York, New Jersey car is gonna let it be known.
Don't mess with it.
Look, this nigga he getting here Tuesday. He with us. You know, don't mess with him.
He may also pull a kind of a Martha Stewart too. How many guys in there's career could he make? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about you, but I mean, I can tell you right now, I've been locked up. Look, you got some idiots who think they're rappers, but I've also, and I don't know anything about rap, right? But I can tell you right now, I've been there and I've heard stuff and I heard guys going at it, and I've thought, I don't even like this shit. I can tell you right now, that dude fucking sounds good. Like he's good. Like he's talented. He knows what he's doing. I can tell that everything is smooth. And then other guys will tell you, like, bro, that fucking dude's, he's something else. He's amazing. He's this. He was on his way, and then he got fucked up in some drug conspiracy. Now he got fucking 10 years. He just did 10 years writing songs and doing this. It's like, okay, well, you're going to be a 40-year-old man trying to be a rapper now, but hopefully that works out for you. You know, you probably had something there if you had, you know, not got involved in all that. But yeah, he may go in there and find 2 or 3 guys and just be like, holy shit, 100%. You could be something.
100%.
Because you know that Martha Stewart, she had met some woman in the camp she went to who wanted to be a designer and had drawn up all these designs. And people started telling her, Martha, well, you know, there's a girl here that loves designing stuff. Like, she's got books and books. And she's like, really? And so she's like, well, I'll take a look at him. Took a look at him. The chick got out, I think, either around the same time Martha did. Martha invested in her, and she's got like a clothing line at like Kmart or not Kmart, sorry, Walmart or something now, or Target or something. Like turned her into like a huge into something. Like, hey, this.
Listen, I think Puff, man, you know, I think he got over sentenced. Number one,
you know, well, yeah. I guess I could argue that.
I think I couldn't see the enhancing him 13 levels of first offender getting enhanced from a level 14 to a level 27. But hey, what's done is done. We move forward. But I know, and you know, that he is going to meet, through this experience, some of the smartest people he's ever met, right? Mm-hmm. And the relationship in there is going to be based on reality instead of everyone that he's known since 1993 when he became Puff Daddy. It's all been all fake, right?
Yeah, you can't.
I'm gonna laugh at this dude's jokes. I'm gonna do what he tell me so I can work at Bad Boy or at the Ciroc or at Sean John. Whereas when you get to the feds, that ain't really, you know, people may look at you like that, but it's reality in there, man. Mm-hmm. And I think he's gonna benefit from this thing if he even gets to that point, because they're talking about a pardon too now.
I think the over-sentencing issue is that the judge obviously sat through the whole thing. She's seen all the bad behavior. He's seen all the bad behavior. It's a he judge? I thought it was a female judge.
No, it's an Indian dude. Arun Subramanian.
Sheesh. So he's seen all the bad behavior, the, buying, using other inmates' phones. And, he's like all these things that don't amount to anything. But in his mind, he's kind of decided that, he's irritated with them. He's irritated that, well, I don't know how, they'll get upset with you for going to trial and winning. And then you would think that the judge would be like, they offered him 20 years. I don't know if they offered him anything, but let's say they offered him 30 years.
For the plea?
Yeah.
30.
Yeah. So what choice did you have but to go to trial? You might as well go to trial. You offered me 30.
Right. I'm 55.
Right. You offered me a life sentence. So I could see the judge initially saying this jerk off should have taken 30 years. He's wasting our time. But throughout the course of the trial, you would think once he wins almost all of the indictments, right? All the charges,
The more serious ones.
right? You would think that the judge would say, "Fuck, he made the right call. He should have gone." Like, so did he give the court a hard time? Yes. Did he give the prosecution a hard time? Yes. But did he do it because he was innocent? Yeah, he did. So you would think that, but I don't see that that's the way the judges look at it. I think they're irritated. You're buying people's phone time. You're manipulating the system. You've got guys out there trying to talk to witnesses. Like, I feel like you're taking advantage of things. I feel like you think you're above the law, and so as a result, he over-sentenced him. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think he did it for a legal reason. I think he did it just because he's irritated.
Well, I don't. What you just said, I didn't hear none of that.
Right, but I'm just saying, probably how he felt.
Right. Judge Submaranian, this judge, man, is a 2-year on the bench judge, man.
Right.
Right? This dude was intimidated and afraid of Maureen Comey, who was the lead prosecutor, whose father was a former FBI.
Who's just been indicted.
Right. James Comey?
James, thank you. Yes,
okay.
James Comey.
Okay, so her father was the FBI during the trial. And this dude, man, and I'm going to do a video on this, he would let her just talk any kind of way to him. She was raising her voice in the court. Nobody else was doing that. Nobody on Puffy's side was super respectful. All of them were super respectful. But she was doing whatever she wanted to do. And that's the way it seemed to me that he was being instructed on how to rule, to deny bail, because I saw this guy. I was at the trial every day. I saw him say that he was not going to remove juror number 6 very vehemently with force. And then later on in the day, after a lunch break and another afternoon break, he comes back and says something totally different. Juror number 6 is removed. I saw him was going to let Puffy go home after the not guilty verdicts, the acquittals, until Maureen Comey stood up and she started shouting, yelling at him. He took a break. Came back later in the day, no bail. And even his order, his July the 9th order, where he specifically asked the prosecution and the defense, bring me cases where there's the charges 18 USC 2421, transportation for the purpose of prostitution, with a sentencing guideline of 2G 1.1 with a criminal history category of 1. Bring me them cases. Then when we get to the sentencing, he don't bring that up. The probation then asked for 70 to 87 months. The Southern District of New York asked for 135 months. And now they at 24, 21 cross references. Man, it was crazy, man. And then when I got the sentencing hearing right here, man. I just read the whole thing. He mentioned coercion 4 times and force twice when he's sitting there talking to Puff like, yo, I'm finna give you 50 months. When force and coercion were predicate offenses under the RICO that Puff beat, that a jury said, you're not guilty. So he was being told what to do, man. You know what I'm saying? And Puffy's lawyer stood up in court, man, Jason Driscoll. He said, Your Honor, this is Puffy's lawyer, man. I pulled down 900 cases of the Mann Act on Pacer, all of them, and I read all of them. not one where there was more heinous acts, trafficking, an international prostitution ring, has gotten the amount of time that you and the probation and the prosecution are asking for Puffy to do. And he disregarded all of that, still gave him 50 months. So that's what really went down, man. That's what really went down. And they all he kept bringing up is the he don't bring up nothing, man. This is the sentencing hearing right here, man. This is it. 156 pages. He don't mention nothing about the male escorts when he giving Puff them 50 months. Everything is Cassie and Jane. Cassie and Jane, what you did. Violence, coercion. And all of the male escorts says, man, when I was hitting that, man, there wasn't no force or coercion. It was all consent.
Most people get in trouble because they lose focus at the wrong time. That's why I like to stay sharp. And Cashapp makes that easy. It's a whole body meal packed with good stuff that keeps me fueled and ready for anything. They just dropped a brand new flavor, and it's made with real freeze-dried strawberries. The first time I tried it, it honestly tasted like a supercharged strawberry milkshake, but without the junk. Just clean, plant-based nutrition. Cashapp has 85 plus superfoods and nutrients, plus 25 grams of plant-based protein. No soy, no gluten, no preservatives, just fuel your body actually needs. I drink it for breakfast or lunch when I'm in a hurry, and it helps keep me full and focused for the interviews. You've never tasted strawberries like this. Go to Cashapp.com and use code ITC for 15% off your next order. That's KACHAVA.com, code ITC for 15% off.
So that's what it was, man. And it's he got sentenced on acquitted conduct, which is a violation of Amendment 826. And a lot of the Supreme Court justices, I'm looking at that now, are all against using acquitted conduct to increase your sentencing guideline range.
So did they file an appeal for the 51 months?
Mark and them said they were going to file it at their press
51 months?
50.
50, sorry. For the 50 months?
When they were sitting outside after the after the sentencing, at the press conference, Mark said, yeah, we're going to appeal. I would. Of course they are. So he denied them the Rule 29, denied the Rule 33 for a new trial. But he was told what to do, man. He just was a weakling, man, the judge. An older judge.
Right.
With 17 years on the bench, 12, 20 years on the bench, is not gonna let anybody tell them, yo, do this, do that, do that. A judge with 2 years on the bench, right? First South Asian judge to ever be appointed in the Southern District of New York. He gonna dance to the music, and that's just what he did, in my opinion.
So I have an important question. What's with the shirt? What is this?
Man, that's my signature.
Is
man.
it? What does it say?
That's my signature. Sean X Gunby.
Oh, I could see the X.
Sean.
Where's
X
the X?
That's my signature.
When does X come in?
My middle name is Xavier.
Ah, okay. I didn't know.
Nobody writes in cursive no more.
I know.
My son don't even know how to write in cursive. They don't even teach him cursive.
I know.
more.
I know.
But this is my signature.
Well, you know, I mean, you can't.
Best shirt in the world.
It's a signature, so I'm not sure. I thought it was SIX and City. Look, it could be 6 or Sex City. And I was thinking maybe that, but I was like, maybe, I don't know. There's a period in there. I'm not sure if it's a signature. I don't know.
Thanks for promoting my shirt.
No problem. No, I like it.
Yeah, I got them on my website. Go on my website. The podcast was sold at bigcartel.com.
Listen, honestly, I thought it was something like, I thought it also might be something like, it's not Louis Vuitton, but something like, oh, this is a such and such Prada.
This is better than Louis Vuitton.
Did I say Prada? No, Prada. Prada. What am I trying to say? Prada. Well, I don't know nothing about any fashion or anything. Oh wait, no. You know what this is? Look, this is Perry Ellis. This is Perry Ellis. I got this at the outlet mall by my house. Does nobody wear Perry Ellis? No, that's not a thing.
I don't know. I don't know. We went from the judge, Puffy, and sentencing.
I'm sorry. I
Perry
need
Ellis
to know.
Outlet down the street from your house.
You got a whole matching
and
thing.
My shirt. I was gonna go get another hat, but I said, Sean, promote,
it's good.
Promote your shit, man.
That's good.
Promote your stuff.
Do you remember the movie Boomerang?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't.
You don't know.
Oh, you got to coordinate?
Yeah, you got to coordinate. That was such a good movie.
Yeah.
God, see, they don't make good movies anymore. Fucking Eddie Murphy was great in that movie. It was a great Boomerang.
Yeah.
It was a great movie.
With Halle Berry.
Oh, man. Yeah, that was.
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah.
David Allen Greer.
And you know what when they gave him the father, what was the father's name?
That was I don't know his name in the show, but that was Witherspoon.
Right. So I watched an interview with him.
Grace Jones was in it.
Oh yeah.
Remember, you don't want this. You don't want this. Everyone wants this.
What was the one where he goes in, he has sex with he thinks she's just a figurehead. She's not actually running he thinks it's her company. And she invites him back to her house to have sex, and they're going to have sex, and they start stripping off their clothes. They get into bed. He goes, "Can we turn the lights off a little bit low?" And it gets low, and he's like, "A little lower."
This is in Boomerang?
Yeah. And then she does the clapper. And the lights go off, and it's pitch black. Keep in mind, she's an old woman. And he's gonna have, and he goes,
Eartha Kitt.
He goes, "Lower."
Yeah.
It's pitch black.
Yeah. She was Catwoman in Batman back in the 70s. Eartha Kitt.
Oh my God. This is a good movie. And it's a good movie. Like, the only thing that would date that movie is the fact that they don't have cell phones in it. Like, they don't have iPhones. A lot of these movies, if you watch them, you think this movie could be released right now if they were walking around with iPhones. It's perfect. I make my wife watch movies all the time. She's like, "When is this from?" I'm like, 1992.
She's young. Your wife is younger than you?
Yeah, she's 18 years younger than me. She's like, "I wasn't even born till, what was she born? 86. She was born in 86.
They're fascinated. This generation is fascinated with the 80s, man, and the 90s. They love that.
My stepdaughter is constantly saying, "Well, I think that came out in the 1900s." And it's like, she's like, "That seems like something that was in the 1900s. That seems like something they did in the 1900s. When was Matt? Because Mom, you and Matt were born in the 1900s. Like, you got to admit, like, you're old." I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. You're a little jerk.
Yeah. But it's crazy. My son is 14. Sean, all he listens to is Run DMC, Ultramagnetic MCs.
Nice. You don't think that's cool?
Treacherous 3. He knows all of the old Fat Boys. He knows Just Ice. He knows all he listens to is old school.
Listen, I heard Ice Ice Baby today. I was getting something out of the fridge, and I did a little dance, and I thought, that was good. I remember when that song came out.
How old are you, man?
I'm 56. I was born in 1969.
I'm 69 too. What month?
July.
I'm March.
It was a good year.
69.
It's a good year. All right, so listen.
What's up?
What are we talking about?
We was talking about Puff. We was talking about Puff and
Okay, I got a question.
Yeah.
So, has he requested for a pardon from Trump?
Yeah. Well, he said they're looking for a pardon, right?
Trump said something yesterday or the day before that Puffy's people have reached out to him. He said, "Puff Daddy." He said, "I knew him as Puff Daddy." So that's on the table. They was cool at one point.
Mm-hmm.
They was cool. They used to go to the U.S. Open out in Queens to the tennis thing. They'd be sitting in the boxes together. And Trump has said that if I feel like they're mistreating him,
right,
I would consider it. But Puff has said some things about Trump that Trump didn't particularly care for. So
that was a mistake.
But Puff is gonna be good though, man.
Listen. The one thing about Trump, he doesn't forget. He's big on revenge.
Yeah, but he's big on fair too. Yeah,
but
and he went through the same thing that they doing to Puff.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. He should have some empathy there for sure.
He went through the same thing when they alleged that he took that woman's kitty cat in Bergdorf Goodman in the dressing room, and the dressing room is 8 feet from the main entrance on 57th Street or Fifth Avenue, you know. And he was looking at them like, yo, are you serious, man?
So how long is it before he reports to a federal prison? He goes back to
Or
where
you
he's
have to
been?
report. They'll come get him.
Well, yeah. Well, how long?
Usually it's a couple weeks, a few weeks, right?
Yeah. And him, they may make a special trip and go get him early. Like, come on, man, get you up out of here.
Trust me, he wants to go to.
Yeah, he's ready to get to a compound.
Yeah.
Because at MDC Brooklyn, it's like he's in a county jail day room all day.
They when I was locked up, like everybody guys were like, man, I just want to get sentenced and go to prison. I just want to get sentenced. And I'd never been to prison. I used to always think like, are you crazy? I'm like, that's like, what do you mean? Why does everybody keep saying? I hear people say that they want to go to prison.
Hurry up and move
just
me.
Fucking just let me just get sentenced. Like, bro, they put my sentencing off for another 2 months. Like, I just want to be sentenced, go to prison. And I would go like, what? Well, I don't understand. So I remember this kid, Jeremy. I want to say his name was Jeremy. I could be wrong. He was there on a case. This was weird. I think I mentioned this before. It's the only time I've ever seen this happen. And keep in mind, we had his PSI. His dad was going to trial. His dad was the biggest meth dealer in the county.
In Florida?
No, this was in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
I was locked up in the Union County Jail where the U.S. Marshals had
Union City Jail?
Union City, yes, Union City Jail.
You caught your case in Georgia?
No, well, yes, one of my indictments was from Georgia, but I was there. Keep in mind, they lost the contract with the marshals because it was horrible. It's the worst jail I've been in. And I was in there with this kid, Jeremy. He was in there with a co-defendant of his. His father was going to trial. His father had bond. He was the biggest ice dealer in the county. And Jeremy got his pre-sentence report. Said he was supposed to do like 20-something years. He was off the chart for arrests. Jeremy was like 20 years old, 21 years old. He'd been getting arrested for his whole life since he was a little kid. And the prosecutor they'd come to try and see him several times. Like they wanted him to testify. And he said, he's like, yeah, I'm not going to testify against my father. Like I just can't do it. I can't. And his PSI was outrageous, bro. It was 20-something years. And he was like, I just can't do it. I can't do it. And I keep in mind the other guy, his name was Seagraves, something like that. I remember him. This was funny because at one point, Seagraves he was getting a lot of action from his lawyer. Like I never seen anybody get as many attorney visits as him. And he would go to the court and come back and be like, yeah, I don't know why they moved me there. Like, I never saw, they brought me there. I don't know. And of course, Jeremy was just like,
knock it off.
Yeah. He was always just like, okay. And he's like, no, I'm serious, bro. Like, I know what you're thinking. He was like, no, I'm not thinking anything. You know, Jeremy weighed 120 pounds. Seagraves would have beat the brakes off him. Like, he's not in a position to start giving him shit. But what ended up happening was at one point, Jeremy went to court, and actually his dad was there, and they ended up being able to talk for a little bit. And they came back, and when Jeremy came back, Seagraves said, hey, man, did your dad mention anything? He said, yeah. He said he got the letter you mailed him because he'd written a letter to. He said, yeah. And, and he said, oh, okay, what'd he say? He said he appreciated it, and he wished that all snitches were as polite as you. And he just went and he's like, oh, man. It's not what you think, Jeremy. It's not. He's like, I don't think anything. It's none of my business. Whatever, bro. But Jeremy would not testify.
Against his pops.
Against his father.
No.
When he went to sentencing, he just pled guilty. And he came back. He got like, I don't remember the exact sentence. Let's say 10 years. Let's say it was 10 years. Because he was selling. He's selling for his dad. And he got back and he just walked in and we were like, what'd you get, bro? Everybody's like, what'd you get? And he was, let's say it's 10 years. He's like, I got 10 years. whatever it was, 123 months or something, close to, he's like 10 years. And we were like, really? He's like, yeah. He's like, I couldn't believe, he's like, the prosecutor the whole time had been pushing. You're gonna do 20 years. Your dad's done anyway. We already got people lined up testifying against him. He's done. He's getting a life sentence, 30 years to life, whatever. They're trying to get him to take a plea for 30. These are like 60-something years old. So the prosecutor actually, you've never heard this before. Prosecutor got in front of the judge. He'd been pushing the whole time. I want you to testify. No. Got in front of the judge. He said the fucking prosecutor got in front of the judge and said, Your Honor, his criminal history is off the chart. I've tried to get him to testify against his father. He won't do it. He won't cooperate. And he goes, his criminal history is off the chart, and the PSI says he should get, 22 years. The judge is right. He's like, okay. He said, but he said, Your Honor, out of the 8 arrests he's got, they're all drug offenses. He's like, so he was a young kid. They're drug offenses. If you remove the drug offenses, he's a drug addict. His father's a drug dealer. His father's a manufacturer. He said, if you remove all of those, you get down to it, he should do 10 years. So I'm asking you, so we're recommending a downward departure for 10 years. Like like that never happens. And he's like, and it's his lawyer, they had the conversation. His lawyer had been trying to convince the guy. And he came in, he said, the judge said, I agree. He's just a drug addict. I'm not going to hold that against him. And boom, even damn well they will hold that against you. Every felony, they don't give a fuck what it's for. And yeah, he ended up with like 10 years. And I know he didn't cooperate. Like everybody knew. Seagraves knew. Everybody knew across the board. It was a constant.
What did his father get?
I don't know, but I'm sure his father got life in prison. I mean, I'm sure his father, even if he got a good deal of 30 years, he was in his 60s. He's done. They had Seagraves, they had everybody. They had like 10 fucking guys lined up to testify against him. He was done. But I always thought that was interesting because I'd never seen that happen before. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. And look, he was such a nice kid. He was, he was 120, 130 fucking pounds. He was just this little fucking kid. Of course, you're doing ice, and you're 22 years old. You look like you're a fucking 12-year-old. He looked like he was fucking 12, right? Because he's just so skinny.
Where you caught your case at, man?
That's what we were talking about. My case. What happened? I was in the county. Oh yeah, that's right. He was one of the. Yeah, that's right. Jeremy kept saying, "I want to go." I'm sorry, I got off on the wrong thing. Jeremy kept saying, I just want to go to fucking. I just want to get sentenced and go to prison. I just want to go to prison.
Right.
But keep in mind, he'd been to prison. And I was like, why does everybody keep saying that? I keep hearing these guys fucking say that. Thank God, man, I'm going to be on the next bus to prison. Like, what does that mean? He goes, he's like, yeah, bro, you never been. I was like, no. He goes, bro, let me tell you something. He said, when I get to the compound, if I get there early enough, he said, by after lunch, he said, when they have commissary, he said, by 2:00, I'll be eating an ice cream. I'll have my locker be full of fucking food. I'll be eating. He said, I'll be eating good. He said, I'll have some shower slides. He said, I'll be walking the track. He said, I might even be in the movie room the next day. He said, watching movies. He said, bro,
that's crazy. You said the movie. Yeah, they used to have movie night at Morgantown, man.
But they have a movie. We had a movie room where you could go, and they had a thing where you could say, I want to watch Wedding Crashers. They give you like a DVD, and you stick the DVD in, and you could watch it on a little screen. You put the headphones on, you could watch.
They had that in the library, but they had in Morgantown the auditorium. Because we used to go do karaoke in there.
Karaoke.
I used to get up and sing. I used to sing "Slide in the Family Stone." Stan I used to go every Thursday, and I used to get up there. Stan, in the end, you'll still be you. One that's done all the things you set out to do. And the inmates would be there like this. Nobody would clap. No. And my man from DC used to get up and do Purple Rain. But anyway.
Listen, we had a couple of punks that would get up and do we had this one punk that would do Michael Jackson songs, moonwalk and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd think it was fucking Michael. It was like, holy shit.
But we had movie night, and niggas would pop their popcorn and carry your popcorn down your nacho bowl and carry it to the auditorium, and then they would have big movie on the screen. They would promote it all week.
Yeah.
Go to the movies.
We didn't have a movie night. We had a movie channel. And so, like on Wednesdays was movie. They would play like 2 different movies at 2 different times, like 6 o'clock and 8 o'clock, and you'd go in there. But they put out the flyer. These are the movies and then over the weekend on like Friday and Saturday, they'd also play those movies round the clock, 2 or 3 or 4 movies round the clock.
But they had what you were saying too. You could go get the disc.
We didn't have an auditorium though. That's fucking pretty cool.
You give them your ID. They give you whatever movie you want, and then you put your thing on. You go sit by the screen and you can watch it.
The inmates always ruin it. You know, some guy steals a fucking DVD or something, or some guy's getting into a fight, or the guy running the whole thing starts taking fucking bribes to write your name in and bumping people. Yeah, man. He's like, no, man, I signed my name. Let me see the book. Let me see. Man, you ain't seen the book, man. Jimmy's here. No, Jimmy Jr. Yeah, he got that spot. And you know, you're.
Yeah, I never.
Oh, these guys are
The minute
horrible.
something started to getting political, I dipped. I didn't want no part of that. The TV.
I would back up. I started backing up knowing it may go bad here in a second.
The remote control could be there. I remember one time they wanted me to turn the Spanish dude's TV, the Spanish niggas TV. It's like, Sean, put that TV on. I said, man, I wouldn't dare touch that remote.
No.
I wouldn't dare touch that because they kept their shit on 41, Univision.
Yeah.
And I used to get my my radio and my earbuds, and I would go every day for an hour and watch Casa Cerrado, the court case, so I could learn Spanish. I used to do that. Work on my Spanish.
They would have these TV shows. Almost all the Spanish TV shows is like a fat 50-year-old man, Spanish guy, who dyes his hair completely black, and his 2 co-hosts will be 2 hot fucking, 22-year-old Spanish chicks.
Yeah.
And they're flirting with him the whole time, and he's flirting with them, and he's always overweight, and it's just like, and this is like every single channel everything they have, that's the makeup. It's some fat 50-year-old guy with 2 hot, this is the winning recipe. Yeah. 2 hot Spanish chicks with a fat older guy.
Yeah, but once things got political, I left it alone. I wouldn't dare touch that remote control.
I don't know. You don't know who Boziak, but some people who watch this knows who John Boziak. John Boziak. We'd be in the TV room, and I noticed this. You know who pointed this out to me? Cook. Cook pointed this out to me one time. He goes, "Watch this." He said, "If we start getting loud in here, Boziak will leave. Watch." I'm like, "Nuh-uh." I go, "What do you mean? Why?" He goes, "I don't know. He fucking, I'm afraid." He goes, "I don't think he wants to be around. I don't know, something's up." But he gets nervous and leaves. He's like, "Watch, I'm gonna fuck with him. Watch." And Boziak's came a little bit later. He comes and he sits down, and then Cook says something to the guy in front of him, and he turns around. He's like, "What?" He's like, "You heard what I'm fucking talking about? You know what the fuck I'm talking about?" He's like, "What the fuck are you saying?" And he started going, "Da-da." And Boziak immediately got up and turned around and walked right out. Yeah, and I went, and then, and the poor guy in front of Cook's just like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "No, I'm just fucking with you." He's like, "I told you." And I'm like, "What's what?" He's like, I don't know. So I bolt and I walk out. I go, "What's going on?" I go, "Hey, what's going on?" He's like, "I don't know what happened in there." And I go, "Nothing happened. They were just fucking around." I said, "Well, why come why'd you leave?" I said, you always leave when they say." He said, "Bro," he said, "I'm a month away from going to the fucking halfway house." He said, "I'm not getting fucking yanked up by SIS in some fucking investigation."
That's right.
2 fucking inmates get into a fist, because that's what they do.
That's right.
2 guys get into a fight. They swarm in. They grab you. They start picking people to grab, drag into the fucking shoe or something. You're like, "I was just standing here."
Yeah, he had it right. If he was on his way home.
Yeah, he did. He went home. He went home, picked up another charge, took off on the road. This kid, he's just some of these guys. Listen, we had a guy on the other day. We'll get back to Puffy in a minute. Give me a minute. We had a guy on the other day named Ellis Cook. Mm-hmm. Ellis Cook, what do you get?
Probably over 100,000 and spent a couple weeks.
Oh, and it was what, 2-3 hours?
Yeah.
Listen, to a 3 hour.
And people were saying, "You got to have him back. You got to have him back."
Yeah. Great storyteller. Super. I mean, he's a storyteller because he basically spent his entire life in prison. So he's got, he's just been nothing but telling stories. So he gets out. He gets into some shit. And I mean,
200,000.
200,000 on a 3 hour video.
200,000 what?
200,000 views on a 2 hour video.
On a 2 hour video.
On this channel?
Yeah. I was in prison with him. And I mean, literally one story after he could have gone for another 2 hours. And just funny, personable, got slick comments for everything. She was down like four flat tires. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just one thing after another, Oh, he was a Peter Peeper. Yeah, he's a Peter Peeper. He just got all these, he's got like 30 of them. He just rotates them constantly. And you giggle and laugh the whole fucking time.
Right.
And I even said, bro, you got to start your own channel. You got the bullshit personality. I said, I don't think you're funny. I think you're a jackass, but everybody else thinks you're hilarious. And I know they do. I know these guys would love him, right? He irritates the piss out of me, mostly because in prison, I was typically the butt of his jokes. He would make fun of me. We never got into that, bro. Listen, he made fun of me mercilessly. Do you remember, what was it? Do you remember, it was Diet, I want to say Diet Dr. Pepper. There was a guy, he looks like he's a little tiny guy. It's like.
The yee-hee.
Yeah. Yee-hee.
The Dr. Pepper
Little
mascot.
Kiss or Little something.
Bro,
He would die. Every time I'd come on, he'd go, Little Sweet. He'd go, it's Little Sweet. And he'd point at me when it's Little Sweet. It's Little. And everybody laugh and laugh. Well, I fucking this fucker. And then there was another one. There was a Burger King commercial where the guy had little tiny hands. You go to pick up your burger and your hands look tiny because the burger's so big.
Right.
And the guy'd be sitting there with these little tiny hands trying to eat his burger. And he'd go, look, it's disgusting. If a midget came on the fucking screen, he'd go, oh, damn, it's your cousin. Or he'd something, he'd be like, oh my God,
He
it's
just
your
fuck
dad.
with you all the time.
I mean, it was non-fucking stop, bro. Non-stop. Irritated the piss out of me. But super funny. And I knew I was like, gotta get this guy on the channel, right? We get him on the channel, does what? Great. And I say the whole time, I'm like, you gotta start a channel. You gotta start. You would be you were born for this. You're not geared for anything but selling dope, riding motorcycles, doing time, and YouTube. Like, that's all he'll be successful at all of those.
I gotta watch that episode. What's it? Ellis Cook?
Ellis Cook. What was it? Well, I forget what it's.
What it's titled? It is titled "When Criminals Are Smarter Than the Police."
Yeah, listen, he's good.
Y'all gotta go watch that. Y'all gotta go watch that episode.
So here's what happens. He gets out. We're talking to him the whole time. We're texting him, and he's coming back. He's like, what should I do? I tell him, here's what you do. You do this, and we go through the whole thing. I
And
said,
how long has he been out?
a year. And I'm, by the way,
He's fresh out.
maybe 4 months out of the halfway house. So maybe 6 months in the halfway house, 4 or 5 months out. 6 months in the halfway house, maybe 4 or 5 months out of the halfway house.
Yeah, he fresh out.
So
Fresh out.
Yeah.
How much time did he do?
13
Really?
because he got 15. So here's the thing. He gets out. We're telling him, we'll help you. I told him I was going to help him. I helped him get somebody that would help edit the videos. I'm going way out of my way
To help him.
to help him. I'm bugging him too. Like, I might throw it out there, and then I'm not chasing you, bro. I'm not.
Right.
I can't want your success more than you do.
Right.
So we throw it out there. Talk to Colby. He texts me every once in a while, and one day he calls me. He's like, "Listen, man, I'm doing this. I'm going to go buy what kind of." And I was telling him the simple way to do it. Do it with StreamYard. Right, which is like Zoom, just people. It's like a Zoom style platform. You can interview people, and you and I could do it right here. If we both had laptops, we don't need any of these cameras. We could take Zoom and we could have a conversation, even when you're in the next room, whatever. But you could be in New York and do it. You know how Zoom is. So I explained the whole thing to him. I explained that you could do it side by side. You don't even have to edit it. I would help him with thumbnails. I'd help him get him going. I said, once you get some confidence and we can get you monetized, you see how it's working, we'll make sure you're doing it and you run with it. And he goes out and he's like, what kind of computer? He's like, what would you do? We talked back and forth, texted for fucking 20, 30 minutes, an hour. Finally, he found a computer, sent it to Colby. Colby, will this work? Colby says, absolutely, that's what he needs to get. Send it back to him, boom. He goes out, he gets the fucking computer. He's like, bro, I'm going to contact you. Let me get home. I'm going to make sure my Wi-Fi is this. I'm going to set up my whole thing. I'll come out. I'll show you how to do it. It'll be great. We're going to get you going. I'll give you a bunch of my guests that you can interview. You can interview me first if you want. We'll do the whole, like we need to get you up.
You showing him love.
I'm really, listen, not just that. Keep in mind, that's not the only thing. When he first got out, he's got to get out of the halfway house. He needs to go get an apartment. He's got no credit. And he's like, well, I got no credit.
You helped him?
Bro, I put him on my fucking credit card. I put them on my credit card. When you're buried in credit card and loan debt, it's human nature to put it off and say, I'll deal with this later. If that's you, here's a hidden fact that the debt strategy experts at Done With Debt shared with me. They discovered a little known strategy that works in your favor to dramatically reduce or even erase your debt altogether. They aggressively engage everyone you owe money to this fall, and here's why. They know which lenders and credit card companies are doing year-end accounting and need to cut deals. They even know which ones have year-end audits and need to get your debt off their books. That means you need to get started with Done With Debt now, this fall. Done With Debt accomplishes this without bankruptcy or new loans. In fact, most clients end up with more money in their pocket the first month. Get started now while you still have time. Go to donewithdebt.com and talk with one of their specialists for free. Visit donewithdebt.com. Once again, that's donewithdebt.com. Because I said my scores will show up on your shit and my credit card will show up. You know, just as an authorized signer, I said,
Right.
you go get 2 secured credit cards. I sent him the credit cards. He got them. A few months later, boom, he's got 740 credit scores. And he's like,
dope, man.
He's like, I can get, you know, he's like, holy shit. He goes, I went in to see if I could get this fucking truck. And they said they financed remember he was telling me? He said, they financed the truck. My fucking scores were so good. I said, bro, don't you get no truck. He said, no, I'm not going to get it. I just wanted to know because what it was going to, I said, don't do that.
He got
don't.
no job yet.
No, he had a job.
Okay.
He was working. But I mean, like,
That's dope, man. You did that for him.
Right. So what do you think happened? What do you think happened?
Don't tell me he got arrested.
I think what, day
Violate?
after, 2 days? No.
He violated?
2 days after. Maybe 3. I'm gonna hope that it was 3 days after he bought the computer. He gets arrested, gets pulled over for speeding. What was it, 50 and a 25? Like 50 and a 25, gets pulled over. He's with some fucking chick. They search his car. He's got was it a Glock? He's got a gun.
Man.
He's got ice.
No.
He's got, I do remember he had the pills because I thought he had a
That's crazy.
It's not Cialis. What's the other one?
Viagra.
He had Viagra, ice, a gun, and a cute blonde with him. So, you know, she was about to, you know what I'm saying? And so you got the ice and the Viagra. She was about to be.
She's going to get it, huh?
About to get some shit,
Yeah.
you know, and she was definitely going along with it because he had the gun. So either way, you know, it was about to be a good time. But yeah, no, it didn't happen. He got arrested. And so maybe 4 or 5 days later, I texted him. I was like, hey, bro, what's going on? Never heard anything. A couple days after that, I get a text from his girlfriend saying, hey, this is so-and-so, Cook's girlfriend, not the girl he got arrested with. I have Cook's phone. He told me to text you. He got arrested. And then, of course, I immediately look up the thing, and it's a picture of him just looking like the look on that face. It's over.
He's going back. How much time did he have on paper? Probably about a dime, right?
Yeah, he probably had at least, probably 3 to 5 years, right? 3 to 5. That's typically what they're going to give you for that. So he had 3 to 5 years, and no, that's not a violation. I think they're gonna. I think they'll. He's got a gun. He's an armed career criminal.
Right.
You have a gun, and it was more than using. It's enough because they charge him with trafficking. So you're trafficking with a weapon.
After you just did 13 years in the joint.
For trafficking with a weapon.
Not good.
On paper.
Not good.
It's done. He's over. It's done.
But that was dope that you.
I'll wait a year and I'll start putting money on his books, and I'll send him the Game of Thrones series. He's gonna have time. He can read the whole thing. You know, you might as well get into reading some George Patterson story. I mean, you're gonna be there a while.
Yeah. How old is he?
My age, right? Is he about a year younger?
Yeah, he's our age.
give or take.
Yeah.
He
Oh
gonna be
no!
there
What
for
am
a
I?
minute.
He's 49. He's 49. I think he's 49.
Yeah.
He gonna be
He
there
looks
for a
younger
minute.
than me though.
They're gonna give him a 20 ball at least. If he just did 13 on a 15,
Yeah.
you're probably gonna hit him upside the head with a 20 ball on the low side.
Yeah. He'll go back to Kobe. I mean, I'm sure his old buddies will be back there. Hopefully
That's crazy.
Hopefully he didn't skip out on a store debt. You know, a lot of these guys will run up 2 or 3 store debts and then just skip out because I ain't never coming back here. And then they're back there 2 years later, like,
Right, and get shipped out.
Hey, Paulie, listen, I'm good for it. You know,
Yeah. Oh my God.
And you know, I want to be sympathetic to his plight. Like I want to be like, that poor guy. And stuff. But when I think about it, all I can think about is you fucking jackass. You fucking jackass. You couldn't fucking just sit back and just work your regular fucking 9-to-5 shit job. It's like working at a car wash.
Yeah, but it's better than goddamn being an orderly.
Absolutely. And you know how many times I've told him
It's
that?
better than being an orderly.
He would complain about something, and I would say, "Well, I was like, it's better than standing in the fucking standing in the chow hall line for the rest of your life." And he'd go, "Yeah, no, you're right. What's wrong?"
See, I got that reference point, man. That's crazy. I remember standing outside, man, in West Virginia in goddamn 8-degree weather to get into Mainline to eat some chicken. 1/4 leg of chicken with some mixed vegetables out of a can and some water or some fountain juice and a slice of bread.
And that was probably a better meal.
That's the Thursday. Chicken day. Thursday.
That was good. That's a good.
Everybody went for chicken day for lunch.
Yeah.
And I think now, man, I say, shit, no matter how bad it get out here, I remember standing in the commissary line with a fucking laundry bag. That was my laundry bag, my book bag, the commissary bag. Anything I needed with a bag, this bag was it. So I'm cool, man.
Oh yeah,
I'm cool.
I'll sleep in Colby's spare room.
I ain't doing no crimes, man.
Yeah. No.
I ain't committing no crimes. I came out, I couldn't get a job. I started a window cleaning business. I ain't know how to clean windows at all.
We'll figure it out.
I figured that shit out and turned it into something, man, and took care of me and my son with it. I ain't going back to prison for nothing, man. Fuck that. That shit is whack. Whack.
You know what's so funny is that people in the comment section, when I went back to that video after I learned what was going on, and people were already talking about it.
They're already searching up his name. Yeah,
people were there was probably 20% of the comment section that was saying, if this guy opens the channel, I would absolutely subscribe. Let's hope he follows through. Let's hope Cox, help this dude out. Help this guy get a chance. This guy's fucking hilarious. Help this guy. It's a great video. He's got a great story. His shorts were great. He's just got one. It's just one ridiculous. And listen, we're gone to trial 2 or 3 times. You know, and
I stopped seeing your videos on my feed, man. Your shit stopped. Yours was coming through my feed kind of heavy, and then I don't even see him no more. I got
because you stopped clicking. You didn't click on him. The algorithm said,
"Nah,
you didn't.
When your shit would come up, I would click on it.
The algorithm knows. The algorithm wouldn't lie. It knows.
I'm telling you." But I'm definitely gonna go check that one out.
Did you see that Did you see that video about it's a white guy and he goes, every other video on my Instagram, he goes, is a racist video. I don't click on these things. I don't know why they come up. I thought, come on, man. Come on. It's not sending those to you for no reason.
Just listening to your conversation.
Yeah, something's going on. It's not letting you know. They say you might be interested in this. Listen, I'll say stuff every once in a while, and you do this too. And it's still, I don't know why it still freaks me out. If we talk about my wife's like, I really want to get a puppy. Like, we could get a puppy, and it's like, okay, well, let's wait till we move the studio, and we'll talk about getting a puppy. Like, there's no reason to even think about it right now. We're just wait. We're gonna find someplace. And then that's it. That's the conversation. Man, for the next 3 days, puppy videos are fucking showing up. Or puppy chow.
The advertisement before the YouTube video pops up is a puppy video.
Yeah, or TikTok. Like, I've never gotten a puppy video on TikTok or Instagram. You heard me. You listened to me say puppy.
Yeah, that shit is great. That's the world we live in, man.
I know. It still freaks me out, though. So, no more puppy videos for Puffy, though. No more. What am I saying? He'll have a phone. He'll have a phone.
Puffy ain't finna get no phone, Matt. Don't do that.
He's not gonna keep it. He's gonna have some guy hold it for him. He can go in, use the phone real quick, put it back, and walk away.
Yeah.
You get somebody to keep the phone for you.
They would love for him to do that.
Right. Yeah. Well, the guy will take the charge for him. He's look $5,000.
I ain't taking no chance on that.
$5,000. Not even 5,000. 2,500. $500 on Five Guys. That's a lot of protection, by the way. $500 on Five Guys books. On Five Guys books. It's only $2,500 a month. That's nothing. This guy will live like a king.
I don't think he's gonna. Listen, Matt. I hear you, man, and everything you're saying is true. It's a possibility, but after going to the trial, man, Puffy, I don't see him. He's not that kind of dude, man. You understand? The dude, you know,
he was in the what was it? MCI? What was it called?
MDC Brooklyn.
MDC Brooklyn. He's paying guys to use their phones, right? So, you know what I'm saying? So if he's doing that in the middle of the trial,
No, he was doing that when he first got there.
okay,
You know, not understanding what the gravity of the situation was. I think, right? But at this point, with him beating the Rico, man, soon as he hits the compound, whatever compound he gets on, they gonna send some nigga who's a rat, a snitch, right? Who's hot, and say, yo, get up on the Puff and report back to us, and we gonna cut you some slack on your shit. Get him a phone, you know, just so they can have the headlines. Oh yeah, Puff got caught with a phone. You know, see, he just, you know,
right.
the assassination of his character will continue. That's what they want. I think that my man, wherever he go, and I told his people that. I told his lawyers that, you know, tell him to stay away from people. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna come at him. Even the CEOs may be like, yo, man, we got some Whoppers and some motherfucking Popeyes, nigga. We got you a 2-piece, come and get, man, turn that shit down, because what they want to do, hit you with a 100 series shot, 300 series shot, put you in the shoe, right? Ship you somewhere else and make a spectacle out of you in the media.
Right.
And I think he knows that. I think he knows that. So I don't think he's gonna get a phone. I did a video.
The COs
talking to him.
COs will sell you the phone and then go search your locker and find it.
And put your ass in the shoe.
Oh my God. You talking to who?
Puff.
When'd you talk to Puff? I didn't know this.
No, I made a video
Oh,
addressing him,
addressing the issue like
that
you're trying.
maybe his attorneys will show it to him when he goes to attorney visit. You know what I'm saying? About all of this stuff. That's what's gonna go down.
Yeah. Stay away from this. Don't do this. Don't do that. Yeah.
Come home to your daughter, your 2-year-old daughter, man, and teach her how to tie a sneaker and how to ride a bike. Fuck them niggas in there. All kind of people are gonna come at you for whatever reason. Yo, I rap. Look at my clothing line. You know, don't be disrespectful,
Right.
but understand you gotta outdate, right, and focus on that.
So he needs to walk the track. He needs to join a yoga class, do a spin class.
Work out every day.
Yeah.
He's gonna work out every day. You worked out every day when you was in there?
I worked out the last 6 months and I went from 185 pounds down to 150. You know what I am now?
Back to probably 185.
I wish I was 185.
What you was doing, man?
188. 188. But I just started a boxing class, which has made me absolutely miserable. That's horrible.
What you was doing to get from 185 to 150?
Just eating regular, just eating a honey bun every morning. I didn't even splurge. I wasn't doing anything. I just wasn't working out. Like all I'm doing is writing and maybe,
No, I'm saying, how did you go from 185 to 150 the last 6 months? You said you started.
Oh yeah, I said, okay, well, from now on, I'm gonna start walking. I started walking, then it turned into jogging, and I started.
What'd you do when you woke up in the morning?
I drank coffee, and I skipped breakfast, and then I went and ran or jogged
straight to the track.
Yeah, well, I would do push-ups. I do push-ups.
How many?
I think I did like 5 sets of 50.
250. Good money.
And then because Coleman, you have to wait for them to open the gate. They got to walk the yard first because people throw stuff over. So they walk the yard first. And so while they're doing that, for that 30 minutes or so, I do the push-ups. And then when they open the gate, I'd start walking the whole thing until
What time they open the gate?
God, it was like 7. Like as soon as the
Really?
light, whenever the light comes up, it could be different. 6, 7, whenever the light comes up.
And you had already done 250 push-ups.
Yeah, because you can go out like they're waking you up at like 5 in the morning, so
Right.
you can immediately go out there. And I would go out there, and then I'd do that, and then they'd open it up, and I'd start walk. I'd walk for a few laps, and then I'd jog like half a. I would never jog like the whole lap because I'm built like a little tank. I'm not graceful like a gazelle where I can jog. I that's how I jog. So I jog like half the lap, walk half, jog half. There's a name for it. They call it it's called like intermediate. It makes it sound like it's planned, but it wasn't planned for me. It's just jogging sucks. So I do it, but I basically jog for, whatever. Jog until they called recall, go back, get counted.
Really?
Go to, yeah.
Recall until at what do they call recall at?
Like 10.
10, 15?
Yeah.
So you would jog after, that's a long time.
Yeah, but you're, like I said, I'm
Walking too.
walking too.
And
if
you
I
ain't
get
eating
tired-
nothing yet.
No.
You would go to lunch?
Yeah, I go to lunch. Lunch is good.
Right.
Lunch is usually
That's the best one.
Yeah, it's not always great, but it's at least the portions are good, right? Like it's something.
Right.
And I'd eat some. I'd try and eat something that was semi-protein or healthy, whatever. Well, you make your effort, right? You can't do it all. If you want to go healthy, you may not be eating at all. So you try and figure out what you can eat. I'll eat the green beans and I'll eat this, and maybe on pizza day or something. The pizza sucked, so I don't.
Right.
Anyway, so I eat whatever. Sometimes they'd have like they'd have what is it, like corn dog? Where they have the stick, they dip the corn.
Yeah. With the mustard.
But they're not from Coleman. They bring them in.
Okay.
Anything that's made in a factory somewhere that they brought in boxes, you can eat it. It's amazing.
Right.
So whatever that would be, I'd eat that and whatever. I didn't eat much, and then of course then you go back to the
unit.
Go back in the unit, and then maybe I'd go write in the library for a while, and I'd go back, and then maybe I'd go eat dinner. Maybe
You wouldn't work out no more?
No.
Or that morning routine was your routine?
That was my morning routine. Oh, I do dips too.
In the morning?
I did get to the point where I was working out like 5 days a week, and I was doing push-ups. I didn't really do sit-ups. I did a lot of push-ups, and I do inclines and declines, right? Like you can do it on the bars. And then I do pull-ups, and I would do dips. That's all you can do there. There's no weights.
Y'all didn't have weights? We had weights at Morgantown.
And we didn't have we didn't have weights. Of course, these guys, they would make weights.
Yeah.
They take a pair of pants, they cut them up, they stitch them up, they have a handle, and they just fill them up with sand. And they knew exactly, this is a 10-pound, this is a 50, this is a 20.
Stick the broom. They used to take a T-shirt, tie the bottom up, and stick a broom through the arms. Then you had your curl.
It's amazing.
Or put water in it.
There was a guy, listen.
But we had a weight pile at Morgantown.
Oh, no, we didn't have any weights. There was a guy that could do push-ups and jog. Black guy, was probably in his 70s. I mean, a specimen. Abs. I'm just amazing. There was another guy that would he practically jogged like a marathon almost every other day. I mean, he was amazing. He was a machine. He'd been locked up like 20, 25 years, something like that. He was going to live forever.
I went into Morgantown 194, 5'7", 194, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, depression, sleep apnea, acid reflux. And I left out of there, no more depression, $171. So I lost about 23.
Yeah, but you had weights.
Right, but I was doing burpees, you know what I'm saying? The spin classes, the spin bike classes was the truth. You ever do one of them?
Yeah, I tried.
Them spin bike classes was the truth. And since I got out, I never got back to over 180 pounds. And I still work out every day.
I just recently, tipped 180. And so my wife and I have a retired FBI agent that comes on here. His name is Tom Simon. And we were talking the other day, and he said, listen, he goes, you want to, because I was like, I just can't seem to even get into the gym anymore. He goes, you want to get in the gym? You want to really get in shape? And I go, yeah. He goes, go to one of these gyms. He said that like weighs you and does everything and gives you a plan and stays on you. He said that are extremely expensive. He goes, go spend an ungodly amount of money on one of these gyms. He goes, you'll go to the gym because every morning when you wake up, you'll be thinking to yourself, fuck, I paid $750 for the next, if I better get in, for whatever, I'm paying $300 a month. I'm damn right we're getting up. Get up. And he's right. I went, but for me, I went and we were going to do either Orange Theory or we were going to box. There's a boxing place.
What the hell is Orange Theory?
It's like a group workout where
I feel like they ride bikes or something. I feel like it's kind of like spin class.
You do like cycles and they track your like heart rate during the whole time, and it's like a
I'm
class.
surprised you would do that, man.
I
And
wouldn't
you've
do
been to
that.
prison, man.
I wouldn't do that. I did the boxing class.
Listen, I ain't got no gym membership.
No,
I
I'm
go
doing all
see
that.
in Jersey and New York, we got a lot of calisthenics parks.
Yeah.
So you got pull-up bars and dip bars all over the place. But I go into a Walmart parking lot in the back and knock out 300 push-ups, 200 squats or whatever, 300 jumping jacks. You know what I'm saying? So but I stopped lifting weights though. Now I lift weights in prison, but when I got out, I let it go because that shit kept me sore. So
But that's why you had the bulk. You were probably
I was
bulky.
right?
Yeah.
So
I was bone thin. I was 150 pounds.
yeah, but you was probably cut up though.
Oh yeah, I had abs.
All of that. And see, that's what I prefer. I prefer to look like something be cut up than.
I want to have a mix. I want to do the boxing because boxers have great shoulders. I need great shoulders. I think
And
it's
the
important.
gas tank. Boxing gonna give you the gas tank too.
Yeah. My cardio is just horrible. But we went twice. We skipped today, and then we got 2 more. We're doing it 4 days a week. So we're gonna do Monday and Tuesday, and then we're gonna do Thursday and Friday, and then probably next week we're gonna start going to the gym. We walked 2 miles today.
You're going tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning, yeah. Why?
It's gonna be a long day tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Well, we wake up. We go to the 5:45 one.
Yeah.
So it's
You
only,
go too, Kobe?
No.
No.
But we have 3 podcasts tomorrow. We have 2 Tom Simon. We have Wade. My buddy Wade's flying in. I think I might. I don't know. Do I have something at night too? I don't know. Something. Probably even have a call or something. It's gonna be a long day tomorrow.
I
I'm
work
ready
out
though.
every day, man. I don't miss a day. That shit is really for my mental health, man. Because it gives me a sense of well-being, focus, and I like to feel good and look good.
And I mentioned this the other day to Jess. We were sitting on the couch doing something, and we were talking about, I forget, man, we just eaten like too much. And we're like, oh, I just ate too much. And we're laying there, and I said, do you have any idea how disciplined I was when I got out of prison?
Talk about it, man.
And I sat there.
Structure.
Absolutely.
Structured.
There was, and I would go around my brand new, when I moved into the apartment complex, when I would go to the gym there to work out there, because I worked there at that gym before I got a membership, because I didn't have any money. So I'm not spending $35 or $40 for a gym membership,
No.
which was LA Fitness at the time. And I still have that membership. But instead, I was like, hey, man, this place comes with a gym. Doesn't have everything I want. Fuck it. I'll just, like you said, I'll just do burpees. I'll do whatever I can do on my own. I'll use their equipment, what I can, and what I can't, I'll figure something out. And so I would go there, and so I would, on my way there, it's a brand new complex that I moved into. I would grab a garbage bag, and because as you walk, even through a brand new, people are just scumbags. People just throw stuff on the ground, and I would pick up garbage. I would stop and pick up garbage.
Each time you pick up is a rep
Yeah,
for the midsection.
well, it wasn't just that, but I was thinking to myself, like I don't want to live around filth. I don't want to live around this. I don't want to be around this. And it wasn't a big deal, an effort. Now we walk around the neighborhood every once in a while, and I'll see something. I'm just like, it's fine. Somebody will get it. Listen, we got to our house. One time we drove by something. It was like a tire on the side of the road. And keep in mind, you saw where I live. I live in a nice neighborhood.
No, I never been by y'all.
What are you talking about? You came and did the podcast there.
Sure did. That's right. That's right. That's where it used to be. Right. Yeah. You live in that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Somebody left a tire over there?
Yeah, like I don't know what happened. Like it's totally out of place. Drove by it one day. Okay. Next day, drove by it again. Next day, drove by. I said, this fucking 3 days. Nobody stopped to pick up. The homeowners association didn't send somebody out. And we're driving. I go, stop. And I go pull over. And she knew immediately. Pulled over, jumped out, grabbed the tire, walked it all the way into the woods and slung it in the woods and came back. And she's like, and she laughs at me because she's like, says I'm OCD. Like if she'll go get a glass of water or something and leave like the cabinet open. And I sit there, and I'm like, and she's like, does it bother you? I'm like, it is bothering me. She's like, she goes, you want me to close? Would you close it? She's like, I'll close it. But yeah, stuff like that. Like I'm saying I was disciplined on so many different levels, and wouldn't cheat eating, wouldn't worked out every day,
Go to sleep
jogging,
early, wake up early.
Of course. And not just that, when I woke up. Like I woke up and I was like, boom, got out of bed. Now,
ready to go.
Lay in bed, grab my phone, lay there.
We done got soft, man.
I know.
We done got soft. The knife done got dull.
But that's what I told her. I said, this is ridiculous.
This is no good.
I said, I really have to get back to just being, because, people are always saying in the comments like, bro, you kick out you're working so hard. Man, I'm not working half as hard as I did for the first 2 or 3 years when I got out of prison. I'm as soft as fucking cotton right now. It's disgusting.
Talk about
it. And I
it.
told her I'm disgusted by it. I'm disgusted. She's like, okay, well, what do you want to do? I'm like, that's when I said, listen, we got to go. I told her about Tom, Simon, and I's conversation. And I said, let's go do the boxing class at the place down. And she said, well, you want to do Orange Theory? I said, I don't want to do Orange Theory. I want to be on a bicycle. I want to do the class. Let's box. And she's like, you want to learn how to do the combination. Like she's joking with. I'm like, not because I think we're going to get into fight. But I said, I like the look of boxers, right? Like they got the shoulders, they do the combo. Like if you're going to do something and you're on your toes, you're bouncing, and it puts you in a great position. I said, let's try that. I said, plus I said, these guys will hold you accountable. And boy, they did right away, right away. I'm miserable. By the second day, I was just like, this sucks. And she's like, well, we paid for it. This is what you want to do. These guys are texting us. They're asking us what we ate. They weighed us. They told me I can't even tell you what my body fat ratio is. It's horrible, bro. It's outrageous. Do you know what yours is? 25%.
I believe it.
25% body fat. You know what?
Is that the BMI? The body mass index?
I don't know what it is. He said your body fat's 20. They had all these gauges and machines. I had to take my shoes off. They weighed me. I had to hold this and do this, and they did this, and it was horrible. Horrible.
It's interesting, man, that you mentioned that your level of discipline and structure that prison gave to you contributed to your success. And if you look around, not in every case.
It's 47 pounds of body fat.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry. You're probably 6.
A lot of us that go to prison and come out, and we're able to maintain that same structure. Because just like you, the CO would come around with the flashlight, and I would hear his keys. It'd be like 5:09 a.m. He was coming around to do his count. I would pop up when the flashlight and I heard the keys. Go make my coffee with the 190, come back, go into the card room, write my positive aphorisms, my self-positive talk, meditation, do that. Then boom, they would open up the compound for breakfast. I would go down there and steal my milks that I would sell later in the day and eat some breakfast. And then I would get on with my day, go check in. I was an orderly, my little career room, and then I just worked out all day, like you, went to lunch, and I brought that, and I never had that kind of structure, man. Prior to going, I was like, whatever way the wind blew me, I went. I was able to become financially successful through business and real estate and shit like that. But the level of discipline and structure that I got from going to prison and doing that shit every day, I brought that shit home and applied it to my life, and still do, man. And I think a lot of us is why we outwork a lot of civilians that try to talk down on us. Oh, you went to prison, you a piece of shit. But yeah, look at motherfucker, I'm out successing you with my felony conviction. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no felony conviction, no nothing, and you walk around with Crocs and pajama pants in the daytime. You understand? Is smoking hookah and weed. You got music on, you watching TV, and you're playing Fortnite. All this, you know what I'm saying? And I could go home. You know what's dope, man? I could go home, man, and turn everything off, no TV, no computer, no radio, and just sweep my house up and mop my floor in total silence, man. And be cool and love it, right? And understand, get your thoughts together, right? Clear your mind up. Stop listening to all this shit. Or ride around in the car with no music on.
Well, I'm definitely appreciative, way more appreciative. I probably feel like I was more appreciative the first couple of years, though. Still, I want to say I'm still. I definitely am appreciative of everything, and that's going on right now, and the little things like, and I am. I'm still shocked when I hear like you see some guy who's like you're a 45-year-old man, you're spending 4 hours a day playing fucking video games, and complaining that you don't have any money. Well, what are you doing? Like, you don't, what are you doing with your life? Like, that's 4 hours. That's like 20, 30 hours a week. You could work another job doing something.
Check this out. Imagine if Matt Cox could go get, when did you get released?
2019.
If Matt Cox could go get the Matt Cox from 2019, 2020, and bring that motherfucker to this podcast from this level where it's at now, we at 600,000, 700,000?
760.
So you're at 760. Imagine if you can go get him and say, sick him on that 760. With that fucking tunnel vision. Man. Ain't no telling.
Yeah, I got to get back there. I'm slowly getting back. Listen, it's only been a few days.
It's just mentality. That's all it is.
It's only been a few days, but listen, we went to the boxing things and everything, and it was exhausting. It was exhausting. We've been walking, and tomorrow we got 2 more classes this week. We got tomorrow and Friday. So it's not like I'm not doing it. I just, I'm at the beginning of my fitness journey.
You told me your goal is 1 million subscribers, right? Last time I was here, you said by such and such date we're gonna have 1 million. What deadline did you give yourself?
I don't know. What was it? It's probably
we assume probably mid next year, summer next year, maybe.
But it might be there before that, though.
Yeah.
Maybe by the end of the year.
Yeah, Colby's working his
2025
deals now. Yeah.
We're
no, not 2020. What do you mean 2020? No, it'll be next year.
Yeah.
There's no way in the next 2-3 months we're getting it. Not that it's not possible. We might have a good video. No, we need a few good videos.
Yeah. These new shorts will help.
Yeah. Well, listen, what I'm
process.
shocked about is that pretty much everything we're putting out is even videos that I feel like weren't great interviews.
You told me.
They're still getting a chunk. They're getting the views that a year ago we would have been thrilled with. We're 2 years ago, we've been like, oh my God, I can't. We'd have been telling everybody that would look my way. I'd be like, I just got a video that got 100,000 views. That was 2 years ago because we just weren't getting those guys. Now the videos we're putting out that we're like, I don't know, this thing's not going to do very well.
And these the long form joints that make the most money.
Yeah, and these are 2 and 3 hour videos.
Exactly.
Yeah. And where those back then, they were shorter videos. Our videos were progressively getting...
Yeah, they were shorter. Like maybe would put out a 45-minute video.
Yeah, we don't put out anything that's under an hour.
Yeah, we've gotten to the point where we can be selective on who we want to bring on.
Yeah,
where we can start turning away. Well, this story doesn't really...
Yeah, some guys will come on and we'll talk to them, and you talk to the guest, and you're like, this is a good story, but it's a one event story. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, this was one event,
understand.
and how long can you stretch this out? Like, this is at best a 20 to 30 minute story. Like, it'd be great for 30 minutes, maybe, or 20 to 30 minutes. And sure, I can throw in some stuff and joke around and laugh and ask some questions. But what are we going to get to? 45? That's it. And then so you kind of you feel bad when you tell someone, yeah, we're going to I'm not sure that we're going to be able to do this, because they do have a good story. It's just not good for this platform. Doesn't mean that it's not good. But the people they don't. It's not that nobody's ever said anything. It's just that I know they're disappointed, but I can't put out a 30-minute video.
You understand your platform and you understand your audience, and I fully get it, man. I've been doing YouTube since 2018, man. So I know what works on my channel and what don't. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, like I said, I sometimes I think the same thing, and guys will come and we'll be like, that's just not going to do that well, and then it gets 80,000 views or 100, and you're like, what's happening here? But I also feel like a part of that is that the quality of the videos, all the equipment's all upgraded. I feel like everything's improved a little bit.
Yeah, 1% every week over 3 to 4 years, just constantly tweaking, getting better. Where probably this time last year, we would just have somebody come on in, and now we're telling them, hey, this is what we're looking for. We need something like this to tweak. Like, hey, it needs to be this type of way.
I watched the video. I watched a video. So some of the videos we're taking, if they have a good overarching story that we feel is good, and they were entertaining and high energy, and we felt like it's good, we're creating a channel where we're going to take those and we're going to make a doc channel. So it's still just me and the guy talking, but we're going to add AI B-roll and just a lot of B-roll music, trim it down from 2 hours to 1 hour and 20 minutes, whatever, and make a much more concise storyline. So we have what did I say? A creative director, editor, and editor, because he's also, he's crafting the story. He's deciding, hey, Matt talked about prison for 20 minutes here. I'm getting rid of that. That has nothing to do with this guy's story. So he's trimming it down, right? And he does some narration and stuff in my voice with AI labs and stuff, which is great because you to hear yourself narrating something. And say
AI can speak in your voice?
Oh, of course. Better than I can. And so we've watched a couple of takes of those videos, right? This one video he's doing, and they're really good. Like they're really, but a good chunk of it, let's say 60, 75% of it, is just me and the guy talking. I never watch my videos.
I don't either.
I don't watch them. So and I don't edit them anymore. So I definitely don't watch them. But obviously I have to watch this to kind of critique it, right? And say, can you do this here? Can you change? I don't like that. And, and I'm watching it, and boy, the fucking quality of the videos that we're putting out. This was a video that was shot with the new cameras and everything. I was like, and everything from the new lenses to everything. I was just like, man, this thing looks professional.
So these are all upgraded cameras?
These are all upgraded cameras.
These are all Blackmagic. All going through the Blackmagic
switcher.
The switcher, the everything we've upgraded, a chunk
We're
of money.
considering adding 2 more cameras to get close-ups.
Right.
So let's say you're telling your own story and it gets serious or it gets personal or something like that. I'm going to switch to that zoomed-in camera.
Right, and it would be right over my shoulder. So right now, your close-up is at an angle. You're looking at me. This way, it'd be right, boom. It'd almost be like you're looking into the camera.
Have you noticed an uptick in your views from spending the money?
Colby's saying,
I think so. Like
I feel like yes.
Yeah, I feel like it's noticeable, and it's kind of one of those things where it's like, it's not this episode specifically, but it's the overall feel and perception. Like this show is top notch. You know what I mean? And we've noticed that the episode started performing better. It's like every, I would say 6 months to a year, we're like, okay, we need to upgrade this. We need to change how we're doing this. Like it's constantly evolving.
Investing in yourself.
Yeah. What's funny too is whenever I talk to people, I basically give people the same advice that Danny Jones gave me that I completely ignored, like a jackass, when I first started, which I wanted to start a podcast. And now whenever somebody says, man, I'm thinking about starting a podcast, I'm like, this is what you need to do. I tell you the same thing that Danny Jones said, which was start off using your iPhone. And people are like, oh man, come on, I want to get the good camera. Okay, well, wait a minute. You don't know if it's going to be successful. And so if you start off, and it doesn't matter right now if you had the top grade of cameras and equipment and a fucking film crew.
Talk about it.
producers and everybody coming in here and shooting you. You're going to place that amazingly produced video on a channel with no subscribers. It don't matter if it's got 12 subscribers or 6 or 17 or you don't have any subscribers. So it doesn't matter. You want to dump $3,000 into the production of this 1 hour video to do what? Get nothing? You have to build your channel. And Danny was absolutely right, which was, and people will get behind you and root for you if they see that you're trying, you're doing a bad job, but you're trying, they'll get invested in you. And those followers will follow you through the upgrade and the evolution of your podcast, which is exactly what I love it when guys in the comment section say, bro, I was following you when you had 10,000 subscribers. And that's like fucking almost 5 years ago. And I love that, bro. I've been following you since you were in Concrete. I remember watching your American Greed. I was one of the first 20,000 subscribers. Those are guys that are glued. They're all in.
You have to be sticky.
Yeah, and it's great.
See, everybody thinks because you got a camera on your phone that you can be a social media influencer or YouTube or TikToker. But there has to be something about you and what you're saying that you're sticky, that makes people want to come back and watch again and again and again.
And you have to keep giving it. You have to keep.
Yeah, you got to be consistent.
Keep on and on. So
I post every day, man. A couple videos a day.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's lit, bro. Your video. You're doing push-ups in the street and shit.
All that.
Fucking guys, security guards are stopping you.
All of that.
Cops are stopping you. What are you doing? It's
All
fine.
of
No,
that.
it's fine. You're like, no, it's fine. I'm gonna do 20 burpees and then I'm gonna get out. I'm not stopping traffic. It's fine. I do it all the time. And they're just like, okay, but and you're like waving them off, like, hey, shoot my video real quick. Get out of the fucking frame. And you do it real quick, and they're like, I feel like he can't do this, but he's not impeding traffic. And then like the next video, you might be outside the courtroom. I just left the annex, courtroom.
You don't know what you're gonna get on my channel when I come up. I could be anywhere doing anything, and I got the same experience as you. Yo, Sean, man, I've been following you since 2018 when you had 200 subscribers. And I know the profile names of the ones that have followed me from my first channel, which was Gumby Publishing, to this channel, my second channel, which is the podcast with Soul. This is my second YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'll see the guys that comment every single time.
Yep, I got them.
I have a stepdaughter that is an absolute train wreck. I mean, just like it's since she was 15 years old. I think I met her when she was probably, when I meet her, like she was probably 13 or 14 years old. Didn't like me. Jealous of my relationship with him. I just would step between us. We would go to sit down. I'd go to sit. She'd sit next to. She'd go, no, I want to sit there. I mean, like, and she'd almost throw a fit.
Yeah.
And and I'd be like, all right, you can sit here. It's just, and I mean, they would walk over and hug her mom and look over at me and give me that. And what's wrong with you? And listen, I've been so nice to this little girl, even though I want to punch her right in the head. So doesn't listen. Eventually, flunked out of school. Then, eventually flunked, one grade after another. And then eventually dropped out of high school. And the whole time I've been telling her, we get into have those discussions where it's like, listen to me. This is where you're headed. This is where your life's headed.
You called it.
Listen, the funniest thing was, I've been like, look, here's what's going to happen. There's 3 things that can happen right now if you do this. And then I'm like, this. That's the only 3 options. I know in your mind you think this other things can happen. None of those are going to happen. They cannot happen. Here's why. Boom, boom, boom. And if you don't get your fucking GED, here's the limitations you have. If you want it, and I start going through the whole thing. And she just like, I know what I'm doing. And okay, fine, I'll do it. And then she does whatever she wants and she gets kicked out. So it's just been nonstop. And what's so funny is this was probably 3 or 4 months ago. And I'm not going to go through all of the different things that have gone wrong. And 3 or 4 months ago, so when she was moving out of our house the last time to go live with supposed to, I think she was supposed to go live with her dad, and she ended up moving in with her boyfriend. And I was like, you do understand, you leave here, this is what's going to happen. This will happen. This will happen. One of them was, or you're going to end up without a GED and pregnant. That's what's going on. So that was one. The other ones were there were like three other things that this. Well, one of them was like, you're going to end up in jail. You're going to end up this, and of course she's thinking, I'm not doing anything. Well, no, you're not doing anything right now. But the position you're placing yourself in is you're going to end up having to support a lifestyle. And
you can see it.
Yeah, I can see what that. You're going to end up selling drugs, and you're going to end up in jail because there's 400,000 law officers going after people that sell drugs, and you're not experienced enough to get away with it.
Right.
So anyway, I mean, we just have one argument after another, and she leaves, and then 4 months later, Jess, my wife, walks in. She goes, "Oh my God," and I go, "What's wrong?" And I go, "Who's that?" And she goes, "Mary Shelley." Her name's Mary Shelley. And I went, and I said, "Well, what's wrong?" And she goes, "She's pregnant." And I went,
You called it.
I said, "Oh my God."
You called it.
I said, and she just sat there like, "I can't believe this is happening." I said, and I was like, and she's like, I know. So it's so funny because probably a month or two later, something happened and she's back at the house. And she's walking by, she didn't even want to look at me. She walks by and she's, "Hey," and keeps walking. I go, "Hey, come in, come, let's have a little talk. Come on in here." And she's, and I remember she walked over, she sat down, and as we're having a conversation, I'm like, "Listen, this and this and this, and I know this, and I'm trying to be understanding, and this and this and this." And I said, "Look, and I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I can tell exactly what's going to happen in the future." And she goes, you've been pretty accurate so far." It was hilarious. Like, every once in a while they say something that you just burst out laughing. And I just started laughing, and because she knows. And
you told her, you called it.
Oh, I've been calling it every single step. I'm like, this happens, this happens, this happens. You're not going to graduate. No, I'm going to this. Like, okay, I'm just telling you. Here you have a little bit of structure of discipline. If you leave, you're not going to, and you're never going to graduate. No. And of course, 6 months later, she drops out of school. She actually flunks out. And then, anyway, the point is we sat there, and so my wife's like, "What's happening? What are we going to do? What are we going to do with this girl?" And my thought is, I'm like, can you block her? Like, I mean, if we just block her, we're good. Like, like we're not going to, we can get a puppy. And so I was like, let me think about this. So I sit down and I go, okay, the thing she is good at is social media, right? Like, they're all the kids. And when I say that, I mean, she's a basic little girl. She's 18 years old now. She just turned 18. And so she's always, playing with her friends and talking to her friends and answering questions.
They know all the latest apps and all that.
Getting into arguments with other YouTubers and having arguments with other people and things. Like, okay, so she's okay with that. And that's just what their thing is. And I sat there and I was like, look, let me think about what we can do here. And so I ended up sitting down with her and I said, you like true crime stories. Like you've listened to true crime stories, and I've heard her mention every once in a while about crime, or this person got arrested. Oh my God, this person killed. Did you hear about this? And okay, yeah. And I said, there are these channels out there where all you really do is regurgitate a true crime story, right? You just kind of tell a true crime story that there's really been
told already.
Yeah, Casey Anthony. You go on and you can get ChatGPT, and you can go to other YouTubers and figure out what they said and kind of rewrite it a little bit and redo the whole thing and kind of stick with some kind of a theme and that sort of thing, and do like a 45-minute or 30-minute interview. You do that. And I said, if you did that, if you started making these videos and putting 1 or 2 a week out, you do one true crime video. And I showed her some true crime videos, right? Bailey Siren, I don't forget her name, but she's like the biggest. She's got like 20 million subscribers or something. She's outrageous. She does. It's called makeup. I think it's called Makeup, Mysteries, and Murder or something like that. Where she does her makeup.
And while she's telling the story,
Yeah, which you would think if you told me that when I started, like, yeah, that's never going to work. 20 million subscribers later, every video she puts out gets 2 or 3 million views. You know, she's probably making $1 million a month on YouTube. It's insane, and she's putting out several every week. Of course, she is. She's got a whole staff. All she has to do now is put on makeup and read the teleprompter. So I explained this to Mary Shelley. Look, if you just did this for a 30, 45-minute video, and you work your way up to an hour. I said, if you did that and you did a vlog and the vlog talked about your current situation, I said, I think people would get behind your success.
1,000%.
And she's like, well, what do you mean? What would I talk about? She's like, what do you mean my situation? And I said, 18, broke, and pregnant. That's the situation you're in.
1,000%.
With no future. That's where you're at.
People will follow you.
I said, people will get behind you and they'll want to see your success and they will watch your videos and they will root for you.
100%.
And so she was like,
Cashapp, you PayPal, you super chat, you all of that.
Yeah, watch my video. Watch the videos. So I told her, I said, we'll teach you how to do editing. I sat down with her. Here's the thing. I sat down with a buddy of mine one time. Sean, I don't know what happened. He's like a caveman. He's hitting the buttons and it's just like, what are you doing? Like he could not get the editing software. She's having a real hard time. I sat down with this girl for 20 minutes. Here's how you do this. You can drop it in, or you can upload it.
Mary Shelley?
Yeah. Listen, we're talking about 20 minutes, and she's like, "Oh my God, this is just like such and such." Yeah, I understand. And you do this. Okay, so what? I just delete it, and then that. Okay, so no, I see that. I see how it. And I walked away. She took a 50-minute video, trimmed it down to 39 or 38 minutes, and said, "Okay, now I want to take this and I want to put it. How do I upload it to YouTube?" And I looked at the video, and I'm like, "Holy shit!"
She started a channel.
Just started the channel. Did her first video. So her intro video. So when you can do an intro video.
Yeah.
So her intro video, like 4 or 5 minutes. And then her first vlog. Well, no, I think it's maybe 10 minutes. And she just lays it out. She's like, well, I don't understand. What do I say? I said, you tell your story. What's my story? Like, she's like, I don't understand. I'm like, you tell your story. You were raised with no money. Your mom's in jail. Your dad's, barely able to keep a roof above your head, right? Like, they're struggling. He's trying to raise a daughter and work a full-time job. Like, this is hard. Like, they've got a hard life, and just, my aunt went to jail. My son, like pretty much everybody in our family is either on drugs or in jail or has gone to jail, And so she just explained the whole thing. You struggled this. You started smoking pot when you were like 12 or 13 years old. You never did well in school. You never really applied yourself in school. You eventually, just go through the whole process to the point where you are now and then explain, but I have a plan. And my plan is I'm going to start a true crime channel. And I said, you just lay it out. Listen, the video's fucking adorable. She's adorable. She has those moments when you're like, oh, you're just a sweet little girl. And then the rest of the time, I just want to just punch her in the head.
Let me ask you something, Matt. Did you see where you at now, right?
Mm-hmm.
706, almost 800,000 subscribers. You got the YouTube. You got your dope studio here. You got pretty much an international media company set up here.
International media company. I like that.
Ain't no question, because your videos are shown all over the world, right?
Well,
you got followers all over the world.
Do you.
Ain't no question.
Okay.
Walking out of Coleman, did you see this?
I know what you're going to say. Of course not. Here's what I saw. When I walked out of Coleman, and then let me get back to Mary Shelley. When I walked out of Coleman, I knew I wanted to do a true crime podcast.
Really?
But I'd never been on YouTube before in my life. Don't ever recall going on. I think YouTube, I believe, was created in 2005. I was arrested in 2006. And in 2005, for that year, people were putting up their home movies, the barbecues, playing jokes on each other, that sort of thing. Like they're not real videos. The average person's not putting together podcasts. I was in prison. I learned what a true crime podcast was. I heard it they were popular. People were telling me, Matt, you write these true crime stories in prison. You could go out and start a true crime podcast. It was not what what we're doing. Because I didn't know what it was. I got out, went to the halfway house, and I started listening to some, and they were heavily edited, right? Like there were music and there was interviews with multiple people. It was a different production. It was a very highly produced podcast, right? They were like a 10-part series. It wasn't until a friend told me about Danny Jones, and I started watching his, and I realized like that's also a podcast, which is basically this. And Danny is the one who was like, you need to start one like this. And I was like, no, I want to do this and this and this. He's like, yeah, but that's never going to happen. Like that's probably maybe that'll happen someday. But you can do this now. Start right. And he's the one that told me, just like with Marichelle, I told her, start with your iPhone. Now keep in mind, when I explained.
What year did you start?
I started in 20, was it late 2020 or late 2019? Well, we started in late 2020.
I can tell you.
Late 2020. I want to say it's late 2020. Wait a minute. Yeah, I want to say late 2020. And then Colby came on board early 2021. Is that right? Yeah.
And you got out of prison in 19?
19.
Wow.
So I dicked around for about well, I got out of the halfway house in July of 19. So it took me a while to actually, you know what, Colby? I feel like it was later than that. I feel like, yeah, I was 20. I'd say it's late 20 or mid 2020. Anyway, the point is I was telling her, just like Danny told me, start your podcast, put it out there, and start making the videos. Which right now, and we'll leave the link to her thing, is like she's now making those videos. She's making the true crime videos, and she's doing a vlog. And the vlog is like basically like she'll talk about what is happening with her day, and she'll talk about going, and she'll show like she just went and got a sonogram, just found out what the baby's sex is. And they're short. They're 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, right? And then she does like a 30-minute true crime story. And she's just now, like we just started releasing them. And so, I mean, like I want people to go there and subscribe to, I think she's got 30 people subscribed or something.
Good for her.
And I explained to her, like, this is something you can do, and you can start editing, and we can even try and help you get editing jobs. So I've been teaching her how to edit, and by editing your own channel, you learn a lot. Mm-hmm. You learn when you want to throw something up on the screen, you figure out how to do it. Yeah. And that's what she's doing. But it's the same thing when it was like, hey, well, so how am I need a good camera. No, you don't. So I want you to start with the shitty camera. Start with the iPhone, which isn't a shitty camera, by the way. iPhones actually have amazing cameras and audio equipment and everything. But start with the iPhone, and we'll upgrade slowly. Put the first few videos.
Once you start gaining traction.
Right. Once we know you're all in, we'll start upgrading.
What was your YouTube journey in the beginning easy, or did you have some difficulties?
Well, I had extreme anxiety just trying to edit and even use the cameras. I mean, keep in mind, I've never been on an iPhone, so I have had extreme just trying to edit and then getting the software and trying to edit on the software. I watched video after video after video how to use Final Cut Pro.
How long did it take you to get 1,000 subscribers?
I can tell you. And the channel started in late 2019, and then.
Well, I didn't start.
Well, you started getting subscribers in late 2019.
So here's what happened. Before I even posted my first video, we already had 1,000 subscribers. The reason is I had done Danny Jones's podcast, I did Patrick Bet David, and I did Soft White Underbelly. So because I had done and all those got millions, so people were finding my channel, which just said Matt Cox, and they were subscribing. So before I even put up a video, I already had 1,000 people. And
you just didn't have the watch time hours.
I had no videos.
There was no videos up.
People, if you have a friend, like you could go and subscribe to your buddy. Your buddy's got, oh yeah. You could go and find his channel and subscribe.
Even though there's nothing there.
Nothing there. And I didn't know that. And that's what Danny was telling me, like, because I showed Danny, I said, what does this mean? People are subscribing to my channel. He said, he's like, people are trying to tell you they're interested in you and they want you to post a video. Post a video. And so I actually made a video with my iPhone. And it was horrible, bro. It's horrible.
You posted it.
Of course, and Danny put it up. It was in his studio. I couldn't say anything. I could not say, please follow and subscribe to my channel. Please hit the like. But like, I couldn't say anything that you're supposed to say. I couldn't even. We had to do a take after take after take before I could finally get it. It was that bad. And then we put it up, and then of course Then I ended up putting up some narrated stories that I had narrated.
Yeah, that's the first public video is Bent, and it was posted on like December 18th, 2019.
Okay, so I did that for 6 months, and then I started doing.
How did they do?
A few thousand, 3, 4, 5,000.
Yeah, well now they have like 50,000.
Right.
Over the years, people go back and they search oldest video,
Right.
or they hear Boziak's story. So now those videos have a couple thousand. But going back to what you're about to get into, the vlogs.
I started doing vlogs, just like I'm telling Mary Shelley to do. Just put the camera down and just talk about what's happening. What's happening with you, or talk about something you're interested in, or because I feel like and you do that. That's kind of what you do. A lot of what your stuff is are just kind of vlogs on what's happening, what's going on, things that are happening around you. And I did that for about 6 months before Colby and I ended up hooking up. And I think that would be 2021 when we started post.
Yeah, I can tell you. April, the first video that I probably edited was April 11th, 2021. So it was about 5 months of the vlogs. And the vlogs were hitting, a couple thousand, some 2 to 3, some 10.
They're yeah. And they were back then, they were only getting 1,000, 1,500, And so then Colby, we started doing, was it Mike Dowd that did our first one?
So we did a couple, we did a couple iPhone videos, of
The New York cop.
Yeah. We did a couple iPhone videos of Matt just kind of telling random stories for a few weeks.
Right.
And then we had Zach on first.
Oh, okay.
To get on and tell some stories. And then we had Mike Dowd. And Mike Dowd is now at 248,000.
Yeah, Mike Dowd really, he at that time, he was a real draw. He told his story.
He's got a dope story, man.
Yeah, he kind of did well. And then, then we started doing them for about a year.
Yeah.
Till my lease was up in my 1 bedroom. Because by the time Colby kind of came on board, I went to a 1 bedroom.
Really? You were shooting out the crib?
Yeah, of course. The first videos when he talks about the vlogs I did for like 6 months, that was in the spare room of the rooming house I was living in. And I had to ask the lady to let me paint the wall dark red.
That's crazy.
Corner. So it was the corner. You don't realize that the corner is behind me.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 feet this way and 2 feet this way.
A red paint
with some lights.
Yeah.
Lit up. So, but if you look at it, you think, oh, he's like in a studio or so. No, it's just this. I'm in the corner. If you pan the camera a little this way or a little that way, you'd see either the window or you'd see the dresser, my dresser. So it was perfectly there, and I was like, "Hey, my name's Matt Cox," and
I remember when Joe Rogan started his. He was at the desk. He was shooting at a desk. I remember he interviewed Freeway Rick, and they were he was sitting at his desk, and Rick was in the chair, and
they were in his garage. Rick Ross told me he goes, the first videos I did with Rogan were in his garage.
Right.
Yeah. But that's what I'm.
You got to start.
That's what I'm saying. If you're waiting for perfection or the perfect camera, the perfect equipment,
that keeps a lot of people from starting.
Right. And the thing is, they're like, yeah, but I want it to be this. I want it to be. Stop it. Nobody's watching.
Just post, motherfucker.
Right.
Just
it doesn't matter. Don't post thinking, I want to post and it's going to be perfect and it's going to hundreds of thousands of views. Your channel has 40 people, 40 subscribers.
You set yourself up for the big letdown like I did.
Right. You have to know I'm going to post and it's going to get no views. And from a lot of people are like, man, that sucks. That's no, that's just comforting. Because that way you don't have to think like, no, I don't want to say, I say ums. Oh man, I did it and I was saying that's going to suck. That's going to be horrible. The 6 people that accidentally click on your video don't care that you said because none of them get past 2 minutes before they realize, like, what is this? I'm not interested in it. Who is? I thought I clicked on the wrong video, and they go. So what do you care? What does it care? Nobody's watching.
Yo, I remember, man, my first couple videos, man, I was certain I was gonna put it up and it was gonna get 1 million views. I was certain. And I put it up, man, and it might have got like 4 views in like a week. And 2 of them were me. Right?
From different devices.
Right. And I was like,
I'm gonna spark this. I'm gonna watch it once on my iPhone,
crazy.
Once on my phone.
I tell people all the time, yo, when I started this channel, I was the first subscriber, I was the first view, and I was the first video.
Mm-hmm.
All of that was me. And I just kept plugging, man. Just kept plugging, man.
That I think that's my biggest fear with this little girl, is that she's going to get discouraged, and we're,
everybody does.
Yeah, everybody, of course, and I've said all the right things in the past, and she's done whatever she wanted, but I think now she's in such she's painted herself, and she said this over and over again, that she's got herself into such a bad situation, she just doesn't know what to do anymore, and so it's like, and she knows how badly she's screwed up, and it's like,
this
better
could be her ticket, man.
Right. Well, I mean, and we'll leave the link for her channel. And listen, and basically it's her channel. Like I'll do a thumbnail and show it to her. She's like, I don't like that. Can you, and I'm sitting there like, I want to be like, punch you in your little head.
You do it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but instead, like, she's got the wallpaper. She likes this, and she we did this, and we clicked this, and she named her channel. Her channel it's Mara Shelley. It's not Mary Shelley. It's Mara Shelley. So it's Mara Shelley, and then it's Crime and Curls, because she has curly hair. And it's cute, and she's an adorable little girl, and she's trying to do these videos, and what's so funny is
it's gonna work, man.
We can already see incremental improvements. She's only got like 1 true crime video released. She's already done like 4 of them. They're just waiting to be released, and we're gonna start releasing them. And then once she's got like 4 or 5 released, then we're gonna come on, and I'm gonna start kind of trying to pitch the channel, right? But anybody that's watching this, if you would go and subscribe and watch a couple of these videos, they're adorable. By the time you watch this, it may be, and go to Sean's too, but you're already doing fine. You don't need my pitch. But yeah, it would be good for her, because she, man. But y'all
go check out Mara Shelley, man. Go subscribe to her channel. That link is underneath it. Do it now. Go right now. Hurry up now.
Subscribe
Do it now.
Watch the little video.
Mara Shelley, keep going. Don't stop. Don't think too much. Just post and let the video do what it's gonna do. Some of my most successful videos were videos where I shot it and said, man, this shit ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't even putting this up. And sit on it, and put all of my energy into a video and put it up, and it do nothing.
Yeah.
And then I finally get to it, man, I ain't got nothing to post. Let me get this video let me post it and put that shit up, and boom! The ones you think that won't do nothing, my experience has been with some of my most successful. The ones that I thought were gonna do the best did underperformed, below average. So what I do now, I just post. And I'm like you, I don't even watch my shit. I post it. When I first started, I was looking at the numbers like every 15 minutes. Damn it. I said, man, whatever it's going to do, let it do what it's going to do.
Yeah, I'd rather look back in 3 months and check a video out and be like, oh my God, I have no idea. Like, this thing's really still going.
Yeah.
And then other ones, they just die. They die, and it's like nobody watches them again. And I'm like, God, that was really thought that was good. You just don't know. You have to keep being consistent and posting and posting and posting. And you have to really be able to take a considerable amount of abuse
in the comment section.
Yeah.
In the comment section.
Yeah, because people will they're just horrible, horrible.
Behind a fake profile name.
Yeah, you're they're always a badass behind the fucking
fake profile name.
yeah. Blue Bulldog number 7 is he's a real fucking
Right,
badass.
right. With a picture of a refrigerator as the profile picture. You know, they get me with the Puffy trial, but I had to chill. I used to be like, man, you telling me about the fucking trial, and I'm in the courtroom, and you're getting your information from fourth hand TikToker, you know. But then I said, Sean, you the dumb motherfucker, man. You arguing with somebody behind a fake profile, fake name, and that didn't even come to the trial.
Or what about the people that tell you how to run your podcast?
All
It's like,
that.
what do you like? You sell auto insurance,
Right.
Like
right.
you work customer service.
You're
like
unemployed, living with your mother, eating all the food out of the refrigerator, and don't contribute nothing to the electric bill.
And here's the thing. And one person is saying they like it when I chime in and you know, and talk. Like, oh, I love it when it reminds Cox of a story and he tells his story real quick and then he goes right back to where it is and that's great. And then other people are, shut the fuck up. Quit interrupting your guest. It ain't all about you, Cox. Jesus.
Yeah. Yes.
So who am I supposed to listen to?
Nobody. I don't listen to none of them. I just post. And y'all do with it what you want to do with it. But you know what? The haters, the one that hate you the most, they watch every one.
I know. Especially what kills me
So
is
they
when
click all the time.
Right, when they make a comment. So make a comment sometimes, and I realize like that happened towards the end of this fucker watched 2 hours of the video and then left a scathing remark about how he's going to unsubscribe and fuck you, Cox, and you narcissistic prick, and you this and you that. And then 2 videos later, he's leaving another. I thought you were unsubscribing.
Right.
Blue Dog 12.
Right. Thank you for just tricking the algorithm.
Right.
To
You're a
put my
fan.
shit. Right. Thank you.
You're a fan.
Thank you for helping put my video in the algorithm with your comment.
Listen, and what's funny is sometimes I'll tell them that. I'll be like, bro, I appreciate you watching. Don't forget to subscribe. There, fuck you, Cox, you bitch. Like, they'll go back. You just keep being nice to him, makes them even madder.
Yeah.
More mad, more angry, more mad, more angry. What? Look, Colby's probably got. There's so many vicious
What's up,
comments.
Colby?
You know what the worst is that now Colby starts getting these. Nobody ever says anything nasty about Colby. It's always like, Colby, you're doing a great job. It's like, well, like, hey, wait a second now. I was here too.
But you know what's crazy about the comment section, man? Their level of detail, right? And their level of concentration on your content, they don't miss nothing, man.
You know, Tom Simon, the guy I told you, the FBI agent, he now wears a dummy watch because people were telling him in the comment section what was going on his Apple Watch. Yo, Tom, so-and-so just emailed you during the thing.
Yo, they be on it, man. They be on it, man.
What do the comments say?
Well, this is one of the comments on the Ellis Cook episode. It's actually a top comment. 746,000 subscribers, and he still goes through his comments and likes his subscribers' comments. You don't see that with people with, 3/4 of a million subscribers. And then Matt responded and says, well, I'm just more dedicated than those guys.
Listen, I go in the comment section, man, and I reply, and I like, and I give it a thumbs up.
Oh, if I hit the thumbs up, I read the comment.
To trigger the algorithm, right?
Yeah.
Even the ones
Thumbs
me
up,
and you
like.
shoot.
If I give a like, then yeah. I mean a heart, not like. If I give a heart, like, you know, you can hit the heart thing.
Yeah.
I don't read all the comments.
No, I don't read them all because I can't. It's too many.
No, yeah.
But even the videos me and you shoot, I'll go in your comment section with me and you, and the people I don't know, I'll reply to them to try to get them to come over to my joint. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta be, to build your platform, I think I have to interact with the subscribers in the comment section. That's even on my Instagram, I do that. Facebook.
Here's
You
a comment.
create loyalty that way.
Yeah, and here's a comment from Sean for one of your episodes, Sean, 5 hours ago. I met Sean G through baseball. Our sons played on the same team, and we are still friends. That man is a dad I wish I had. The station wagon he had took him everywhere with my son. He's a true definition of a father. You know, I'm honored, blessed. Raymond Alonzo or somebody.
Yep.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's 5 hours ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Look at that.
Do you leave in ours? Do you leave a comment and have us pin it? We pin do you go in and say something and then we pin it?
We usually pin the guest comments unless there's a sponsor. I know we have to pin sponsors comments.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'll notice sometimes I will pin the sponsor comment and then you will pin. Say we had Tom on or we have Sean on. You'll pin their comment.
I always
and then I have to go back and pin the sponsor back.
Okay. Oh,
I always go on the joints me and you do and say, shout out to Matt, shout out to Kobe. Thank you for having me on.
Right.
And I'll always do that. And then I'll go through the comment section, especially on like the first day when there's maybe 40 or 50 comments.
Yeah.
And I'll just try to hit everybody, you know what I'm saying, to trigger the video
Yeah.
in the algorithm and get your subscribers to come and check me out.
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, yeah, I typically go to the more recent videos and answer for the first week or two, and then after that it kind of fades off. And I'll still answer sometimes because in the studio it will highlight comments that are coming in, and some of those videos will be years old. And then if I see one that shows up and I'll read it and I'm like, I'll click on it. Sometimes I just like it, not thumbs up, but just like it. And then sometimes I'll answer the comment. Not because I went back 3 years ago and read it, but because the YouTube because the studio told me, boom, this person just left a comment.
And a lot of times maybe I may even FaceTime them, you know what I'm saying? To,
hype it up or help out.
I'll FaceTime the follower on Instagram, and rap to them. So they say, oh shit, Sean, man, just to let them know, man, I'm a real person. Do you ever do that with any of your Instagram people? Just FaceTime them out of the blue and show them love and thank them for...
No.
I do that. I did it.
I don't even know how you do that. You mean like when someone in Instagram is like you're communicating with them? They'll like, hey,
DM
bro,
me, they'll DM me,
okay.
yo, Sean, man, I appreciate you. I've been following you, man, this and that. Like I had a dude
I communicate with them, but I don't ever hit the thing button and call them.
I had a dude on my way over here. Sean, I'm a trucker, I'm overweight, this and that, I got kids, whatever, boom, boom, bang, I want to join your calisthenics program and lose weight. And I hit him back, and then he texted me back, and then I just said, boop, let me just call him and get right to it. And they don't expect you, I'm just a regular dude, right?
Yeah.
But to some of these people, I guess I'm a celebrity or you're a celebrity.
Of course, and people are like, I can't believe I'm talking to you, and I feel like... I'm just some douchebag that got out of prison a few years ago.
Yo, I'm just a YouTuber, yo.
Yeah.
I still got my window cleaning route.
Right.
But to them, and it means something, right? You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I do that.
Yeah, I've done that. I've had guys, first of all, easily get over 100 emails a day. Not from individuals, just some of it's junk, some of it's it's just overwhelming, the amount. And then from people, I probably get 20 or 30, right?
There's so many that outside of Instagram, with Instagram we have automation too, but like these other social platforms like TikTok and Facebook, we're just trying to set up an auto reply. Like, hey, we're not going to be able to reply to everything. So if you're trying to be on the show, go to the website, fill out the form. But yeah, I'll go through the DMs and I'll see that Matt's, you're talking to.
Yeah, I'm talking to multiple people. Yeah. The problem is too, it's funny because sometimes Colby, the automation will answer people, and then they'll answer the automation, which is basically just saying, hey, go here. He's trying to send him somewhere. And I'll go and I'll be like, when did I do this? And I don't remember. Did I tell this guy to? And then I'm like, what? And then I'm like, oh, this, okay. And then I start talking to somebody. But then, what happens is as things come in, that people so I'll start a conversation with you. And then it gets pushed down, and there's so many of them.
Yeah.
You get lost.
Yeah. What about moving around town? People recognize you?
But it's I would say at this point.
Every day?
No, if I go out, it's 50% of the time I get recognized. The other day, it's funny. The other day I went out. One day I went out with Jess. We went to breakfast. We went to church. We went to breakfast, and then we did something. We went to we went and bought something at a store or something. I forget. And then came back, and nobody said anything to me. Nobody, because usually people are like, "Oh my God, I listen to your stuff." And then the next day I got up and I went to Home Depot, No, I went somewhere, whatever it was. I went somewhere else, and then I was on my way to Home Depot, and I texted Jess, or she called me, and I said, "Listen, this might not be working out." And she's like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "It's 2 days in a row. Nobody's recognized me. Nobody said shit." And she's like, she starts laughing. She goes, "It'll be fun." I go, "I don't know. We're slipping. Because it's been picking up and picking up."
Yeah.
And so I would go into Home Depot, and then I bought something. I was walking out of Home Depot, and this guy gets out of his truck, and he walks by me. He goes, "I love your stuff, bro. Love your." He said, "What did he say? Interviews or your show?" I think he said show, because people don't typically say show. He goes, "I love your show, bro. I love it." He said, "Good for you, man." And I said, "Man, thank you. I appreciate it." And then immediately I texted Colby. I said, "Bro, I was a little bit worried there." Whatever I said, I was worried. It had been 2 days. Nobody recognized me.
We're in Tampa. I was in the mall yesterday, and somebody noticed me. Then me and Little Sean was out in Chicago about 2 weeks ago, and we're walking down the street, and I'm talking, and the bus driver's going, "Wham, wham, wham, wham. Podcast was sold."
Nice.
Chicago bus driver. So I was like, "Yo, this is getting kind of crazy." So whenever me and Sean are out, he says, "Dad, how many times you think, especially if we go into like Manhattan, Dad, how many times you think people are gonna recognize?" I say about 7. He said, I say about 5. And sure enough, Sean G. What was the other one?
Listen, your kid, for you to be recognized in front of your kid, that's got to be pretty. Because if it's just me by myself, it doesn't even count.
Yeah.
It doesn't count unless somebody's with me that I can be like, "Oh, shit, that happens all the time." Act like it's not a big deal. But for you to have your kid with you and it happen, that'd be the fucking coolest.
We were in the subway in Chicago going to the Wrigley Field to see the Mets play the Cubs. So I'm chilling down, me and Sean are there, he's over there, and this big ass dude, man, he comes over, he says, "Are you Sean G from the," he says, "Man," I says, he had a London accent, black dude. "Are you Sean G from the podcast with so?" I said, "Yeah, man, that's me." He says, "Man, I watch your stuff all the time. I thought that was you, but," and we was down in the subway in Chicago, man. So it feels good to like be, and people to say like, "Yo, man, I had one dude, man. You know what changed me, man? You know what changed me, man? Because I did this. I only got into YouTube to get rich." Right? I only got into this shit to get rich.
Well, I'm still waiting.
Right? I lost $1 million net worth. So I was like, man, I'm gonna put up a video. I'm gonna get 1 million views. If I get 1% penetration, that's 10,000. Sell the books for 15. That's 150 grand to put me back. Didn't happen.
No.
Right? So I'm chilling at the crib one day, and I got my website where you could buy my books, my shirts. And my policy is, if you buy something from me off my website, the podcast was sold.bigcartel.com, you leave your phone number, I'm going to call you. Because I always do that to thank them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this dude buys a book, I call him, he said, "Yo, Sean, yo, man, I just got diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer, and I went online to try to find a way how to kill myself. And your video popped up, and I binged watched your channel for 12 hours and then decided that I wanted to live."
Nice.
And yo, Matt, word is born, man. I didn't tell him that. I was talking about, but like tear like welled up in my eyes because I didn't see me like that, right? I didn't come in this thing to do that, to save lives. That I came in this motherfucker to get rich. And after that, I said, "Sean, this YouTube channel thing is another thing, man, different than what you're having, a different impact on people." And I caught up with my man. I stayed in touch with him. His shit went into remission. He got back into boxing, and that kind of shit changed me, man. With what I'm doing. Yeah. True story.
Yeah, I have people all the time, which kills me because it's the same thing. It's like where people tell you you're inspirational and you gave them the courage to start their own business or
Stop getting high
yeah,
or stuff.
lose weight or do this
All
or
of
do
that.
that. And it's like, and they're like, you're an inspiration. It's just like that's how I feel. Like I didn't get in here to be. So when they say that, it always irritates me. I feel like because it's like that's absolutely not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be inspirational. That's but but if that's what some people get out of it, I mean, it's super cool, right? But I don't feel like I went out of my way and I was trying or
No.
trying to do that.
I ain't never tried.
Right.
That ain't
Yeah, I'm just trying to pay my bills.
man, I'm
And this
trying to
is
get views.
a great way to do it. It's a ton of fun. Like, bro, you and I, how long have we been talking right now? How long have we been talking?
2.5 hours recording. And,
Ridiculous. And I could fucking talk for another fucking 4 hours because I'm a talker.
Listen, I tell people tell me, yo, Sean, man, you saving people's lives. I said, man, I ain't trying to do that. I'm just being myself. I'm being my true, authentic self. If that's a byproduct of me doing that, cool. But I don't set out, I'm gonna go make a video to keep somebody from getting high today or whatever.
Right.
I just tell my story, and if that's what it does, cool. I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? If I can make an impact on somebody's life, then I'm cool with that, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's, like what I did with the Puffy trial, man. Nobody was rooting for Puff.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody when I got to the courthouse but me. I was the only YouTuber, TikToker, whoever. Everybody was against this nigga, man. Lock him up. He's guilty. He's a monster. And the ones that were on the fence were afraid to say they were on the fence. But I was the only one reporting the case from the direct examination standpoint and the cross-examination from his attorneys, which was the real deal, exposing all of the nonsense. And, I think I had an impact on the trial, and Puffy don't owe me nothing, right? He doesn't owe me anything, right?
Right.
What was you gonna say?
I was gonna say, does Jaguar Wright or any of those people that were so adamant that there were these tapes out there and there was these charges with kids and
all that lawsuit is coming. He sued all of them.
But
man.
I'm saying, what like, do they still make videos or not? They don't say nothing.
No, everybody shut up because it didn't come out at the trial.
Right. Oh,
Right.
and if it was true, absolutely would have come out.
Right. But what I get is that my son gets maybe someday said, man, your father helped Puff, man. Right? And Sean's kids, my grandkids that I may get to meet or maybe not. Yo, man, your grandfather helped that nigga, man. And that's sufficient for me. And for me to know that I helped him,
Mm-hmm.
right? Another black man like myself, another foundational black American like myself. I had a platform to speak for him when he couldn't for himself. And I felt that's what I was supposed to do. And that was the right thing to do because they wasn't telling the story right. Whether you like Puff or you don't like Puff, I don't care. I don't know Puff. I never met Puff. He's not paying me. People think that he was paying me. But what I was in the courtroom, I heard the evidence, and that's all I reported. And that's what I am satisfied that I did. And the Southern District of New York federal prosecutors that got exposed for prosecutorial misconduct. And the only reason they got exposed is because this nigga had money to the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, if it was you or me, or just somebody who's broke, they'd be railroaded. They'd be.
How many other black brothers like myself did they bust their head to the white meat? Or white dudes, or Latino, whoever, who didn't have the cheese to have 10, 11 lawyers, and their money wasn't long enough to expose that these people will lie at a trial, and you facing life without the possibility of parole. And they did that, and I exposed that. And, you know, that can be my legacy, and I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
I mean, I hope that's not your legacy. You got a long way still to go. You still got a lot.
I'm still money,
you got
though.
a lot more. You still got a lot more to do.
I got a lot more to do, but I'm just saying, you know.
Something you're definitely proud. You're proud of.
Ain't no question. And I used my platform for that. You know what I'm saying? And well, like how we was talking about, you know, I really got in this thing for the money, right? But it's crazy how I was thrust. And me and this nigga got the same name, right? He born in 1969. I'm born in 69.
There you go.
You understand?
Kindred spirits.
That's the best year to ever be born in 69, you know? And my subscribers was telling me, yo, Sean, don't cover that. Keep doing the calisthenics, man. Leave that alone. Don't that puff, man. Keep putting up your workout videos.
You can do both.
And someone was like, man, nah. And I went, and that's
listen,
what happened, man.
Where did you get the shirt? Who makes the shirt?
This is the best. Look at this signature, man. Look at
Who
this
makes
shit.
this shirt?
I don't know why this shirt looked this good on me.
Because I got a decent signature. I could do this.
I'm gonna have
and that's like, it's not, what is it? It's the rayon.
I think it's like a dry fit polyester.
Yeah.
Look money, don't it?
It does look good. That's why I'm thinking, like, I could do the Matt Cox.
I
Matthew
gotta
Cox.
you write in cursive because you born in 69.
Yeah, of course.
I gotta go. The podcast was sold.bigcartel.com. Go get you one of these shirts.
Is this the only shirt you have, or do you have other shirts?
I had this one, and then I got this signature right here, a real big joint.
Right.
Across by itself, like a blank. I had the green shirt, orange shirt, purple shirt, red shirt, and a black shirt. But now I'm gonna have to go get some more of these because they're gonna go and tear my website up now trying to get one.
What do you sell them for?
I think these went for 25 or 30, something like that. And then with shipping, I ship all of my stuff priority mail so I can track it so y'all liars can say, yo, man, I didn't get it. Yes, you did, because let me show you the screenshot of the confirmed, delivered. I sent all my merch out priority mail. Because you send it regular mail, they're going to say, oh, I didn't get it. And try to get an extra one for free, not me.
What do you do? What do you want to do? Hey, you guys, I appreciate you watching. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified of videos just like this. We're going to leave Sean's social media links in the description box. We're also going to leave his YouTube channel link in the description box. You can go there and subscribe and watch his videos. Also, if you want to be a guest, we're going to leave our website. You can go to the website. There's a link or there's a page on there that says like be a guest or something. You fill out an application, you leave a quick video. We will get right back with you. And please consider joining our Patreon. It's $10 a month and it really does help Colby and I make these videos. Thank you very much. Also, go to Mary Shelley's website and subscribe and watch her videos. We're going to leave the link in the description also. See ya.